We get some. I hear the back noise.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. What's going on, good people? Y'all with me?
Yeah.
You're welcome to the SPS Podcast. You are now tapped in to DJ Strata, your host and moderator, and we are here with the Raw Bunch. What's going on, y'all?
What up
Signing
with it?
Everybody good?
for sure.
Definitely so.
All right, let's get to it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. DC, what up?
What's happening?
Sneak in the building early. Juggernaut, what's up, brother? Yeah, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Best way to keep us in the algorithm. We really appreciate it, man. So let's jump straight to it, man. Tonight's topic: you want to be right, or do you want results? So where did this come from? What I've noticed, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, and the Discord community, shout out to the 10BR family. Make sure y'all join the Discord at 10BR, man. Like I said, great people, great conversations. What I've learned, bro, is from that experience, from watching other YouTube videos, and from being out in the world. So this is a summation of everything. What I'm learning is that you got a couple of types of people in the world, right? You got people that are aware and understand they got issues, and you got people that are trying to make the change because they're aware, but you got some people that just want to be right, bro. Like they don't really give a fuck about what happens next. And I don't know whether it's because their situation be so fucked up or whether they in dire straits. But it's almost it kind of comes off to me like they want to hold on to the right idea with no results. So it's almost like the idea of being right to always have a scapegoat. It keeps you from any type of solution based on the problem you're dealing with. And that's what I want to tackle tonight, man. What are y'all initial thoughts on just that premise that people are literally we're divided ourselves into people that want to be right and the people that want results? Am I off and my notion doesn't make sense to y'all? What y'all think?
I think that shit been happening way longer than recent. Like now, like since we've been adults. I think at the beginning of separation was uh for people that wanted to be right or and like do the right or righteous things to compare to people that wanted results. And whether they had to do it right or the righteous way, they didn't give a damn about it. They wanted results. I think that's how it all started in the first place. So it's just we just adults now here and evaluating it for ourselves like this. Feel me?
Yeah, that's some real shit. That's some real shit. Started. What you think? You think that the world is divided into people that want to be right versus the people that want the results?
I feel like that. I feel
Like,
like it's always been like that as well. Like it's
okay.
always been the people who may want it but don't. You know the doers and the talkers. Like you know.
Mm, good point. Good point. I like that. I think that would actually be a better synopsis of the two sides. You got doers and you got talkers. Wardy, what are your thoughts, bro?
I like how Saudi put that for real. Man, that's pretty much.
You think we're living in a world with more talkers and doers, or more, do you think we got more doers and talkers?
Mm, I think we living in a world with more talkers. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Because it would be way more success as a whole if, you know what I'm saying, we had, a lot of doers doing.
What do y'all think is the biggest problem with the talkers? Is it a problem that they are trying to talk? Like, what's the real issue that
The
doers have with talkers?
the talking is the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just do. If you know what I'm saying, let the doing be your talking.
It's a bar. That's a bar. Do you think that any of the talkers' points are valid in their speech?
Most of them are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Blue
Like they
PJ.
be having brilliant conversation pieces, but you know what I'm saying, is keeping them promises to yourself that, you know what I'm saying, we gotta, work on.
That's a bar. Like that. Bino, when we're thinking about talkers and doers, right? Do you think that the talkers resent the doers?
Do the talkers resent the doers? Do I think? So you ask me, do I think? I don't really give a shit. Um, but do the talkers resent the doers? I think people just I think that's a character thing. So I don't want to say talkers resent the doers. I think resentment is a character thing.
Hmm.
For the most part. So I don't want to count. I don't want to group all talkers and say they resent the doers. Um, I think the ones that have tried and now are talkers resent the doers.
Why so?
I think the defeated resent the doers because they tried and didn't shit didn't pan out the way they wanted to. It felt like it was gonna lose on the stick, so they defeated and you turn into talkers. If based on your question, I don't say in every situation, but based on your particular question as me, they turn into talkers and they might resent the doers to answer your question about resenting and shit. But I don't. I think for the most part, you got a lot of people that's talking because they scared to do. So I don't think they resent the doers. You feel what I'm saying? I think they just comfortable talking and evaluating and shit like that and getting and coming up with perspectives. But if you was a doer and you stop doing whatever this doer shit is, when we speaking of um and you got defeated and you stop doing, you turn into a talker, you might resent the doers.
Mm, that's solid. That's solid. Hey, Saudi, do you think anything can be learned from people that want to be just right all the time? Can you learn anything from people like that?
Um, I feel like some of their points may be valid, but they may not always be right.
Is they? Do you think that
So
it?
I mean,
Uh,
like, so your point may be right, but when you really break it down, it's like it's not right because of the principle and the morals behind it. But then that also depends on the type of person you is. So I don't know.
Makes sense. I like it. And I think that leads us to our first slide, man. We're going to look at these numbers. Now, this slide and these numbers, y'all know normally we have stats to build a conversation. What I wanted to do this time is kind of flip it. So, these statistics that I'm going to bring up, this is going to point out the reasons why, when we're talking about relationships in particular, why I believe that these statistics can be used to further confirmation bias, right? So remember, the name of the show is You Want to Be Right or You Want Results. I'm about to show y'all stats that for all the people that want to be right, and that's another thing I want to say for this show, we're going to be making a lot of concessions because I think what has to happen for the talkers and the people that want to be right is first you got to concede because their biggest defense is doers arguing with them, right? So let's see what happens when you concede to the numbers. Y'all know this is just how life go. When you talking to your homie, your homegirl, they got problems and shit. And they're like, yeah, this is fucked up because the system trying to hold us down. And it's fucked up because the bitch keep cheating. Or it's fucked up because the nigga ain't shit. Y'all know in these conversations when you can see like, okay, you right. Now what you gonna do?
Hmm.
That's when most people go solid, right? So we're gonna start this show off with statistics of concessions. So what I did was I found stats, and based on the stats I read, I wanted to be like, okay, that could be a reason why someone that hates the other side could be correct. This is some ammo they would use to be right. So let's break these down and y'all see if I kind of walk this down correctly. So, by the numbers, here are some reasons based on statistics why men would be right in their honest assessment of women and why they don't want to deal with them. In 2023, Black millennial mothers are 67% more likely to be single parents than those from other racial backgrounds. 53% of Black singles are unsure about becoming parents, and 71% are open to raising children outside the typical two-parent household. Black women that are infected uh, by long STIs such as herpes simplex 1 and 2, they're infected at rates of 34.6% as of 2022. By 2022, 52% of Black men had never been married, rising from 43% in 1990. Divorce is more common among Black women at 38.9% and Black men at 38.7% than any other racial group. And infidelity rates among women on the rise, having increased by 40% in the last 20 years. Now, here are all the talking points and statistics that would deem the men that have valid concerns to women to be quote unquote right. Let's go to the other side. Here are some stats that will back up why the women would be right about their concerns with men. Nearly half of black women experience some form of intimate partner violence during their lifetime, indicating a widespread crisis within the community. For black women, the percentage of those that never marry grew to 49% in 2022, and it's up from 37%. According to the author of the novel, Man Sharing by J. Darlene Hayes, there are 100 unmarried women to every 88 unmarried men, leaving 12 dangling women. 20% of married men and 13% of married women admitted to having sex with someone other than their spouse. Lead us up for a second. All right. Based on what y'all saw, what y'all think?
Yeah.
What's up,
if you
Maisha?
if you just going off the numbers, then you have a strong argument. I think that if you just going off the numbers, like
Why you say that?
I mean, because sometimes the numbers don't reflect your situation for you to be even using that. Like, you know what
Mm.
I'm saying? So,
You think that
you know,
happens a lot in
yeah.
conversations, and hypothetical conversations?
I don't even know if people know exact statistics like that, statistics, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll say like, "Oh, you know all such and such and such and such." You know what I'm saying? And they'll try to make a point off something, saying something like, "Well, yeah, a lot of black people do this, or a lot of women do be doing this." So I can see how you would make that point, but you know what I'm saying? It still might not be something that would apply directly to what you got going on and why you ain't in the position you want to be in. You feel me?
That makes sense. Anybody else want to comment on those numbers? Y'all want to bring them back up?
Comment on the numbers and I probably, I mean, without like what he said, like you know what I'm saying, like okay, so those numbers are on the higher side of things, right?
Yeah.
In a disappointing negative way, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's not 100%, right? So for those numbers to be those numbers, it's the other side to that. So if something's 53%, then you got a 49. You know what I'm saying? Something's 49. You know what I'm saying? Something
Facts.
47%. Something. You know what I'm saying? So for the ones for the ones who don't fall into that number yet, or even for the ones that fell into that number, I would like to look at. You know what I'm saying? I would think people will evaluate, study that, listen to that, champion that, you know what I'm saying, more that side than the statistic that I may fall in a negative way if I want different. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
That makes sense. Why do you think
But
people do
people, but,
that?
but people stay like they like to get along or deal with people that is similar to them, that they can relate to them, you know what I'm saying, relate to them because they more comfortable. On the man side, they won't feel less of a man. On the woman side, they won't feel less of a woman if they just deal with people that can relate to them more than dealing with people that they might can learn from if they want what they want, if they see like that's what I want. I want to marry with children, or I want to realize how to walk away from shit. You know what I'm saying? People that transition, you know what I'm saying, to better in group. Like you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
rather not be in those rooms. They rather be in the rooms that people that they cool with, they can relate to, that sound like them, look like them, act like them.
that's a bar, boy. You
Facts.
cooking now. That's a fact. So I
Mhm.
got a different question for you. So I want to ask you. I'm gonna read off this stat, and I want you to kind of tell me how you would think about it. So the stat I want to point out for you is, according to the author of the book, there are 100 unmarried women to every 88 unmarried men, leaving 12 women dangling. I'm gonna say it again. According to the book
I
Man
heard the
Sharing,
question.
Mm.
there are 100
Okay.
unmarried people to every 88 unmarried men, leaving 12 dangling women. How do you interpret that? You're on mute, love.
Just-
I'm about to put my kids. My bad. Um, hmm.
I heard my mama voice all in my head when you were saying that.
I just thought, oh, so the first thing that I thought about was what Wody had said the other day, polygamy, because it's 12 people, 12 those 12 women. If they double up, they got somebody.
Okay. Okay. So when you heard that stat, you didn't automatically think, see, that's the reason why I'm not gonna get married.
I know I went to the solution.
Good point.
Well, one of the solutions.
Right. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Why I asked you that question that way is because I was just curious to see not only how you process information, but like I said, I'm the caveat with this, the basis of this conversation is I know most of you ought to be proactive. We all been through shit, but I think for the most part we're pretty solutions based over here. So I was interesting just to see how a woman, a black woman, would correlate what those numbers are and whether the thought would be, see, this is why I ain't gonna get married because there's gonna be 12 of us that ain't gonna do it, or whether you consider yourself a part of the 100 that will or the 88 that would. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that to me, that's why that was such an ironic thing to put up is that perspective matters, right? Like,
Mhm.
if somebody told you you're in a room of 100 people and it's 100 black women, 100 black men, and somebody be like, yo, uh, 88 men gonna get married. 88 of y'all are gonna couple up. 12 of y'all gonna be left. It says a lot if you automatically start defending and think you did 12. That's kind of wild to me,
Right.
but it's very
Well,
telling.
that's a good ass experiment, though.
Real shit. Tell me more. What do you think you could learn from that?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, as an experiment,
Mm-hmm.
man, that I mean, that'll tell you, like you said, like it'll probably. I'm telling you the truth. It'll probably put everybody right in their categories. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll probably be some cocky people that think like I'm so, you know what I'm saying. Then they'll get skipped over, and then they'll wonder why me. And then the people that they think ain't gonna get picked up, they'll get picked
Mhm.
up. So they don't think they gonna get picked up. So I mean, it'll show what's really important to people though. Like if
Damn.
you only had that, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, these are people right here, these gonna be the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm pretty sure looks would matter until people start talking and really seeing the values and what's really going on with people, then like, hmm.
Yeah, it ain't gonna hold up for long.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like
Like the
it's gonna be
looks
like
ain't gonna
like
hold up for
oh, I
long.
can't believe you didn't choose me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or damn girl, you see, like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck wrong? Ain't that? Like, you know
Bar.
what I'm saying?
That's a
So
bar.
yeah.
I think it would be interesting if, like you said, it was like, all right, everybody in the room, guys are a little short when it comes to the women. Like we got more women in here than men. Out of 100 men, 100 women, or 88 men and 100 women, 12 of y'all ain't gonna get shit. What we doing? That'd be very interesting to see what will
Well, you
play
know the
out.
crazy part about that though, Strata?
Uh huh.
All the men is guaranteed to get somebody, and all the women ain't though. You know what I'm saying? So like, what do
Not no
that say
more.
right there though? Like, you know what I'm saying? What do that say?
Ideally, every man's guaranteed. We're guaranteed based on numbers, but not no more because you already know what's going on.
Or
So
somebody
not
gonna
no
get
more.
victimized.
Nah, somebody gonna go. Somebody gonna go to the other side, to the dark side.
Come on,
Oh, that
man.
is crazy.
Ah, that's funny, but he ain't lying.
Well,
But like you
you
said,
said so. The 12 gonna be a six-way couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ah,
Everybody got
that's
somebody.
funny,
Hey,
man.
that's a
Yeah.
solution too, though. I feel you.
So we even not here with something. But yo, think about that, bro. If the odds are in the men's favor just based off of the number of eligible people that are single, does it take steam out of their thought processes of not finding what they want, or does it make it seem null and void? Y'all get what I'm asking?
You go ahead. I didn't know they already had the answer, but say it again for me.
Yeah. So if based on that stat, it's pretty much saying that in mass, when you're looking at black people, black men and black women, you're kind of outnumbered. There's more black women than there are black men. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So with the numbers being that way, does it make their concerns invalid? Or their lack of results, does it make their results invalid if they can't find one and we're outnumbered?
If they can't find, if it makes it valid, sure, absolutely.
Tell me more.
They're not invalid on their shit they talk about. They're not invalid. They not like just bringing myths out the sky and shit and
Yeah.
living by it. Like they experiencing this shit, and there's a lot of them experiencing enough where they can come together and create a fucking kumbaya. You too, you too, you too, you too. It's a lot of that shit. So obviously it's valid.
Mm.
It's more the you too. That happened to you too. Then I don't know what you're talking about. It's more women that you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. They experience more the same shit with us men than not. So
That's real.
of course it's valid.
I like it. I like it. What y'all think? Y'all agree with what do y'all think? I'm sorry, y'all agree with Bino? Do you think that makes it doesn't invalidate it, or do you think it invalidates the concerns they have if we're already outnumbered?
I
I
feel
mean,
like it
if we
validates it.
outnumbered by women by 12, you said by 12, like what? So what's like? So what would it? What would that go down to? That was like two or
Let's
three to
look it
one or
up.
something.
Yeah, because it's like for every one man, I think it might be six
Like
or
like
eight women per every one man or
6
something
or
like that.
8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! What?
And then, trying to get it's the switching the other side for me. That is crazy.
what you
So
mean?
yeah, go
You
ahead.
talk about if they don't get a man, they're gonna go to the other side.
They already doing it. It ain't they going to. That's exactly what they
Yeah,
doing.
but like I don't feel like everybody.
No, of course not.
It's a
The
lot,
12.
but
Listen, if that 12 dangling, they not just saying, "Oh well," they doing it now. They saying they. Matter of fact, they leaving
not
dudes
if
for
that's
women.
not still.
Y'all leaving dudes for each other. What you talking about? Like in real time, right now, today, somebody just became gay. Excuse me, G word. Or I don't know if I can say that, but
So according to the U.S. Census Bureau, the ratio of black men and black women in the United States is 88 black men for every 100 black women. The
So
black
what's the
female
ratio to?
population, yeah, so it's 21.7 million in 2018, which is 52% of the black population compared to black males who make up 48%. So the way it breaks
where's your
down is
bathroom?
for yeah, so the way it breaks down is for every 88 black men, there are 100 black women. So it's like the ratios are a little off. It would kind of probably even out if we're doing it statistically. For every one man, again, about 4 to 6 black women is how it would kind of bust down on a 1 to 1.
So I mean, so all right, so just say right, if it's every four, if it's four, right? So and you can't find one woman and four women. That means what? Is that
Exactly what you just said.
is that the man's complex, or is that like what I'm saying?
That's what we're here to talk about. That's why I asked
That's
the
crazy.
first question to Bino. Yeah, like, does it invalidate it if they got more to pick from?
I mean, I think it. I mean, if you got more to pick from, I think your pickiness can be a little higher. But then if you don't find nothing, are you too picky? Like
Hmm.
you feel me? So
Mm, that's
you know,
interesting. I think I see Bino's point too, and this is where I get kind of conflicted myself because what Bino was saying is even though there might be 5 or 6 to spare for every one man, if they're consistently all acting the same, do you really got 5?
got one archetype.
Right. So I see the validation in it, but I think that what my retort would be not to Bino's point, but to the men that think that way is like it should be. No, I'm not going to use that because that's going to be triggering. What I'll say is
Trigger these
the
motherfuckers.
numbers in your favor, bro. The numbers in your favor. Regardless as to what, I think that what happens is when we're having these conversations about the gender wars and shit, nobody zeroes it out. Neither side. Meaning, if you take the genuine concerns that men have about women and you zeroed out the baseline behavior of all women, you'd be surprised at how much of it isn't an individual thing. This is just the way they're wired today. Same with women. If you take women that had general complaints about men and you zeroed all men out to this is a baseline
Oh,
behavior for men, this is a baseline for women. I don't know if the complaints raised to the level that we're trying to make it. Am I
I
making
thought you
sense?
said it's, I thought you said or women or the women's complaints are valid. I didn't know you were saying all the men.
No, the
And
men's complaints.
my answer was to the woman. My answer was to the
Oh,
woman.
okay.
I misheard you. My answer was for the to the woman.
Got you. But if you make all things equal and we say, all right, this is a baseline for men, this is a baseline for women, does that decrease how effective people points be when they be having these conversations?
What you mean by that?
Got you. So let's say me, Wardy, me, you, and Bino, we talking about these women. And they be like, man, all they ain't got no motherfucking sense. They all acting like they kind of crazy. You can't tell them shit. They ain't listening. If we zero out all 4, 5 of those complaints, and we realize that as a baseline, women are going to be emotional. Women are going to get a little insecure sometimes if you don't have surety. If we baseline the zero out, what does that do to our actual genuine concerns? Does it make them more or less?
Shit, if you gonna generalize it like that, then to me that just made it like. I mean that's how old heads gonna tell you like, yeah, hey, all women first cousins now, so you're gonna deal with some of the same things that you see in one woman you're gonna see, but you gotta find one that's a little bit that ain't that crazy as the last one. It might be, you know what I'm saying? So that's how the OGs used to school me to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna like they first cousin. So you might meet one that's like extremely like different, but for the majority, like you said, it's a base. Like they're gonna be emotional. They're gonna be, they're gonna try you. They're gonna
Yeah,
see where you stand as authority. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
yeah, but I don't think but I don't think like see, I don't think dudes is more so complaining about the shit that all women are alike because the thing about it is all women are not all. I'm sorry. I feel like a lot of dudes feel like majority women are showing all the quote unquote what would be considered negative qualities of a woman and not showing the good qualities of themselves. I think is more so why everybody complains so much about the emotional or stubborn or whatever the you know what I'm saying the shit they be saying the whole shit the wearing shit the social media shit like a lot of them are showing that side and we know how women is when it comes to certain shit. But with the other side that we know supposed to come with the women too. And I think that's could be more so why we hear it as much as because you see less of that. You see all the toxic shit. How many
What other
women
side
are
you talking about,
carrying?
bro?
I mean, we said what?
What other side you talking about? Like you said
Like,
the other.
maybe the feminine side, maybe the
Oh
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? The you know, nurturing side, you know, the soft side of women. You know what I'm saying? The benefits that
hmm
come with a nigga fucking with a woman.
right, right, right.
I
I
like
dig
that.
that.
I like that. I like that. I think, okay, I can understand that premise. Before we go any further, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the SPS. CJ, what's up, brother? How you?
I'm here, man.
That's what it is.
If this job don't kill me, boy, I'ma kill them. I'm here.
He's just playing about that. Just to let everybody.
Right.
He's just playing.
He gonna get them first though. He fighting a good fight.
Right,
I feel
right.
you, brother. So do you all right, so let's walk down BMO's thought process. So his thought process is the issue isn't that there's a baseline of women.
My perspective for other how men are saying, not my
Yeah,
thought process.
got
The
you.
my perspective for what other guys are saying at a mass.
That's a good clarifying point. So let's say we're going with the perspective that Bino has that he believes most men carry. Do you think most men, even with the baseline of women, do you think that their concern, CJ, is that they're exhibiting more of their negative nature than their positive, and that's why they have concerns? Or do you think they're not accounting for just the baseline of how women are?
Are you saying that men are focusing more on the negative?
No, that men are saying that women are expressing more of their negative nature than their positive.
And I don't know, man. I'm a what they call me, a damn unicorn. So it's just like I don't experience a lot of that negative stuff. But from what I've seen, I mean, it is some of the women, they just choose to be negative to certain men and be positive to others. What up? So I don't know. I think when it comes to society, we pay attention more to the negative of anything anyway over positive stuff. So when in terms of this, when it comes to the women, I think they're gonna focus or pay attention or acknowledge the negative stuff, because women could probably be expressing the positive side of themselves or the better thing of themselves, and those that don't focus so heavy on negative stuff, they're gonna acknowledge that. But society, for the most part, pays more attention to the chaos, to the negative shit, to the wild shit more. So some of these guys' minds, or a lot of these guys' minds, they think, oh, that's all they doing. That's all they do. It's just they just mean, they just angry, they just this, they just loud. But in reality, that's just what you're paying attention to.
Okay.
That's it. It's not necessarily more or less. That's just what you are actually paying too much attention to the point you don't even acknowledge the women, that those same women that are probably actually doing a lot of positive stuff. They actually talking about, I love black men, I appreciate black men. Like it's a lot of women that actually do that. But because these guys only pay attention to the negative stuff, then that's all they know.
Are they paying attention? Because I don't even think they fucking with those type women.
It ain't about fucking with them. They can
Women that
just,
carry a premise of the women that carry preachers like I appreciate the black man, and you know what I'm saying, like like just appreciate the presence, the existence of a black man. Like they looking for like the ones who like appreciate you having money. You feel what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate maybe materialistic thing. You know what I'm saying? They probably fucking with, because there's a lot of those women now. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe that's who they fucking with. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? And do those type women carry more negative nature than positive?
you can't really say, because these women that you talking about, they only gonna act a certain way to certain men.
Right. So you got to speak. That's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking for myself. I'm
I know
speaking
you're not speaking
for
for you.
those men that might get treated like that. Right. So whether they pick certain men to treat like that doesn't make it right. Is what you know what I'm saying in my mind. Just because you say I'm gonna treat CJ like this, but I'm gonna treat him like this. That's not right. Just because is it?
It's not right, but they gonna do it regardless. It ain't like we can go up to them, tell them like, hey, that's wrong, you should fix that, you should not do
No,
that.
that's not my
I'm
premise.
saying,
But yeah, I
so
feel
if
you.
you can't, if it's not a way that you can tell them to fix it or make it right, how, I mean, how is it not right to them? Like you said, it's wrong. So how is it wrong if it's no way to fix it, and that's just their preference, or who, you know what I'm saying, or what they do and shit? Cause
And
we, I
if it's
mean,
that's their
we do
presence
the
and that's
same
just the
shit.
way it
We
is
treat
it really
certain
more
women
men?
like this, and we treat other women like that.
Right. So, and if it's like that, and that's just what it is, right or wrong, whatever, that's just, let's say, they nature. Do those numbers really matter?
See, I missed out on the numbers part. You already done that.
I'm saying so, but we said that certain. Well, yeah, you did say
If
they. So you said the same woman can treat this man like this and this man like that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Mm.
I've seen a woman that would treat me friendly and kind off the rip without me doing anything. I ain't expressed like, oh, I got money, or I got a big wood, or I got all this assets, or I'm this, that, and the third. I ain't hype myself up at all. She just being friendly just to be friendly. But then she could turn around, and the next dude, as soon as he say something to her, she's like, get off me, get away from me. And so it's just like, is that right or wrong? Like, is she just simply choosing to entertain or be talk to a man that she finds attractive or she's interested in general, and then for the ones that she doesn't, she dismisses them immediately? She just simply does it in a way that he didn't like. She didn't just simply just say no.
Where the hell Saudi at?
Hey, Saudi, you with us?
What this got to do with me?
Nah, we need some insight on a female perspective about this shit. Like, what y'all be thinking about? Like, if you see 5 niggas in a group, is you gonna like
Oh,
be
first
like,
ask her is see. First ask her, do she think is that's correct? Is that what women is? Is CJ,
No,
perspective correct?
CJ
Is that
is. It is.
okay? Go ahead now, Wardy. So we gotta make sure she agree first. Now go ahead. Go ahead.
okay, you agree? All right. So how that work? Tell me how that works in a female mind. You see a group of 5, or you see a group of 5 or whatever, and they holler at you individually throughout, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, like, how you gonna decide, or how, like, you know what I'm saying? How do that work? Like that question that CJ said, like, how do that work? Like, you treat one man like this and another man like that before you even know him.
So one second.
You're muted.
Did she
I'm
say
talking
one
to my
second?
son. 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can hear her.
Hey, so based on what she said right then, all right, she back. Oh well, based on what she said right then, right? So does they make those dudes complaints valid? Because out of that 5, it's gonna be 4. She gonna be like, feel me? It's gonna be a whole different Saudi. Oh, go ahead, Saudi. Let me see. Go ahead.
1 second.
So based off
So
my go ahead, Saudi.
I'm sorry. I feel like that scenario wouldn't go like that, but like if you talking to 5 different men and you just vibing and stuff, I mean, you make it off of that. Like, cause every man ain't the same, like CJ said. So
I'm
they're
just
gonna
saying,
approach
he
you.
just said I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, but he just said, like, just walking up to a man, and or they speaking to you, hey, and you receptive to that, hey, but I'm speaking to you like, hey, and you like, nigga, what was that?
It just depends. Some people can pick up on vibes. Some people like different type of like style or mannerism. So either you got it or you don't.
Hmm. Shout out to Maisha in the chat. She said she go off vibes. 5 men, 5 different personality types.
So what
Uh,
is it that you got?
The razzle dazzle.
Oh, that's me on
Like
TikTok, baby.
Man, hold on, because I ain't got
That's
no
my
razzle
TikTok
dazzle.
day,
I don't
baby.
spit no game. I don't flirt. I don't
not
shoot no
even
shot.
razzle, like I don't know, like not razzle dazzle, but like you know what you like. So if he's funny or if he like got a little swag to him, whatever the case is, like
Don't try to put the funny in there because how you know the name was funny? Because he said, "Hey,
So you just
you know he was
because
funny."
so
it
basically,
depends on what he said. Like he could have hit you with,
He
No,
could
oh,
have walked up to
we
you and
not.
said, "Hey, big head," and you would have just like, "Kiki, kiki, kiki."
No, all
depending on
right. The
how he
other dude
said
said, "Hey, big head too, though," and she said, "Motherfucker, your head big, bitch, you fat motherfucker." So it's what
it.
they're attracted to, man. Just keep this shit real. Is
It
women
depends.
are women this whole time, offers been living years of their life thinking men are the only visual motherfuckers, that we visual creatures, when in reality women are visual creatures too.
hell yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
fact.
but depending on the situations, I feel like we give more grace to actually get to know the person, and we put looks aside more than men.
No way.
I give you that. I give you that.
No way.
You don't think
Before
so,
we get
Wally?
there,
I
put
disagree
a
with that.
put a pin in
Mm.
that. We're gonna come to you first, Wardy, and then we're gonna get a retort from Bino. So shout out to Kasim. He said, I come to know that all women have to be masculine in some situations. The key is knowing if that masculinity is inherent to her character or does it wane over time and she rests in her femininity. I think that's a solid point going back to people like they're choosing what they show. So Wardy, why do you disagree with Saudi's premise?
Man, you know my damn memories What you say? Yeah. What you said? Yeah, her memory fucked up too.
Y'all,
Y'all
Man, y'all
niggas
both
is
can't be having key
tweaking.
points and then memories go to shit.
This is crazy. I really forgot what I said. Oh, okay. I remember. I said that as
y'all
far as
put
like,
look, y'all put looks to the side and try to get to know the person
yeah,
before we would.
Hell, oh yeah, I said nah because I don't think women put looks to the side because that's what their whole situation is set up off. They set up off looks. Like that's how they when they go out
no.
in the world, it's set up. I'm talking about like I know we ain't talking about the unicorn. We talking about the majority. Women go make sure they hair, they nails, they everything is set up, and they want somebody beside them that's set up too. So they looking at you, make sure that you know what I'm saying. Like I don't think a man is first basing it off. They gonna base it off looks like what I'm saying, like physical looks. Like, but women want to see like the material look of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So
Okay,
women
because
definitely
I
not
can,
gonna get if you like. I'm saying you can have bread, right? You get like it's they show it all the time. Like the
I can
dude.
agree. Like the ugly nigga that got swag.
Yeah,
That
like
like
they
you know
they they, they had like the shows where the dude be like, "Yo, what's your name? What's your woo woo?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't wanna." Then he go back to this hot ass car, and they be like, "Oh, I
I
ain't know
seen
you
them.
had." You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely like, nah.
but half sometimes they don't be just like regular girls.
Mhm. Yeah, they're like streetwalkers. Some of them do. That
It
is
probably
fair.
is, but I'm saying it's a woman though. We don't know what
True.
she do.
That's fair. That's a fair level
Yeah,
set.
but I agree to a sense. But still, like it depends on the situation because you can not be attractive, but you still that guy. So
Oh, I got a question for you, Saudi. Do
confidence
you?
is confidence is important.
That's fair. So, Saudi, I got a question for you. Do you think that women should show a baseline of respect to all men, no matter where they are? I ain't talking about when they're in danger. When a woman's out in the world, do you think that she should have a baseline of just respect for men or a temperament when she's dealing with men in the world?
What you mean by respect?
Like,
Like
so pleasant. So, like, as a black woman, do you think black women should walk into the world with a general level of being pleasant to most black men, to the black men she run into?
mm, I don't know because you can't be pleasant to any black man. Like
Why not?
because every black man is not pleasant. Like there really are real lives like predators and people that's like lurking. So it's like I feel like as respect, yeah, like you don't gotta be all if somebody say, "Hey, fuck you, nigga," keep on going. But yeah, don't be like over friendly and trying to compensate. No. But if you don't like, if somebody try to talk to you, you ain't gotta be rude and be like, you know, trying to have a viral moment. Just be like, "Oh no, it's okay. Have a good day."
Okay.
How you make that distinction between creep and somebody that genuinely wanna, just get to know you or something?
Because like I don't know until you a female, like you just pick up on like weird stuff. Like niggas are weird.
I feel it. I'm just trying to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Like I can't think of it on like the top of my head right now,
yeah,
but like it's different things. Like you could definitely pick up on and be like, "Oh no,
yeah,
this
creep.
nigga little yeah."
Oh,
Like, you mean
nah,
real
interesting.
creep, like, wanna, like, do something bad to you, creep type, like that.
Not even that, but just a little off. Like
Okay.
Shout out to Maisha. She got a dope point. She said, yes, we should because all black men matter. They have a story. They hurt like we do. Now, his response to my kindness determines the next interaction.
I respect that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
do too.
I like that more. I feel like the kindness should just like if ain't no reason to not be, do it, because if you work at a front desk for an apartment or something and some black dude walk up to you, you're gonna be kind to him because you don't know him. So if you
But
was at
you know
like a
what?
bar or at a lounge or something and a dude walk up to you, ain't no need to just be a dickhead if he ain't being one. Now, if you ain't interested, then you can still kindly reject him or whatever, but ain't no need to like go crazy on him.
This is a good question, fellas. Let's answer this question. Keeps it on it all the time. Asks, what does respect look like to a man? Especially one she doesn't know. What does respect look like to a man, especially the one that she doesn't know? So, what does it look like when a woman respects a man, especially when she don't know? What does that look like? How does that present in the world?
Is that something we
I
post
mean,
as?
it
Or
depends.
that's not
Yes.
like common sense?
I
No.
mean, y'all the man.
I mean, for me, it looks like just. I mean, just say I'm gonna go with the premise that you don't. You know what I'm saying? You don't want
Right.
to. You're not interested, right? I. I mean, you give just. I mean, like you say, it could be like a respectful rejection. Like, no, I'm not interested. It don't got to be nigga. Fuck, nigga. Why you in my face and all? Like, you all in my space and all that shit. Like, it's like your attitude and demeanor. And I like to say action, behavior, and attitude. Like, you know what I'm saying? ABAs. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna let you know a lot about. But as far as the respect part, that's how it looks to me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like without being rude about something and still getting your point across. Like, all right, I respect that. That's the only thing you can say to her. You can't be like, dang, she rude as hell.
Yeah.
Like, all right, she just told me like she won't feeling it or she ain't like I ain't whatever. But you know, you know that's how from a like you said not interesting standpoint. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think to expound on what you're saying even more, Woody, I think that if the black women in mass and even the black men, if we kind of had a baseline of how we carried ourselves, a lot of stuff would self correct. Meaning, like, if the overall nature of black women was a positive outlook when they saw black men in general, I think a lot of the bad behaviors that, keeps people from doing it, I don't think that would happen that frequently. Like, for example, I got a cousin that she literally, like, she manifests the world to be positive bubbles. Like, she's a thermostat. She can change the energy in any room. I've seen her do it in hostile environments. I've seen her do it in awkward situations. But that's just her disposition to black people because she has an affinity for all black people. So man or woman, she just has an affinity to carry the disposition well. And so I asked her these questions like, so what do you do when somebody's approaching you that you don't really fuck with? And she's like, I use the same niceness that attracted them to I can reject. She has found a way to reject men and they walk away smiling. It's the wildest shit to watch.
Right.
But I do think it's a learned art, right? So I don't know if it can be done in mass. But the reason why I even walk in this path why I'm even walking this down so much is because I wonder what would happen if the men that are running around saying, I told y'all these women ain't shit and they mean as hell. What would happen if the women in mass didn't about face and became pleasant, but they were still getting turned down being pleasant? Do you think that they could lean on that shit anymore?
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
Then you got to reflect inward because you ain't got nothing to put, you know what I'm saying, project to. You feel me?
Hmm. That's why I asked. That's the only reason I walked that down so far.
Man, I don't care
No, but
about
that's
none of that shit. At the end of the day, we fucking humans. If ain't nobody came up to you being disrespectful, why be disrespectful? That's what I
that's
don't get. Because
that's
a
what I
woman
said too.
will come up to me and be respectful to me. So it's just like why she in turn will be disrespectful to another man that came up to her. You feel me? Like I feel like why
Exactly,
do it?
CJ.
That's
Exactly.
the
That's
part
what.
that I don't get. Like that's why I
Yeah. That's.
said me personally, I don't experience that stuff. But I got homies that experience it. I've literally witnessed it like in front of me be done. So it's just like, why the hell you gotta be so fucking rude to that man for no reason? Especially when odds are he probably wasn't initially rude. He probably just said, hey, greeting, can I offer you a drink or some shit? And then you come to ill, no, ugly ass. Like they go in sometimes. I'm not
They
exaggerating this.
do it.
I've seen it.
Exactly.
But
It
that
don't
goes to
happen.
show
It
you the
might
type
even
of
if it don't
person.
happen to us. It won't happen to us, but it gets done. And it's like it's crazy that we making common courtesy and respect the gender thing. Like that should be a human thing.
why when the
Like
question
it
came up,
shouldn't
like
have to
what
be
is
a learn.
respect,
Your
it was
cousin
like,
shouldn't. What your cousin does shouldn't have to be considered a learned art. Like she's literally been a kind human being.
That's a
You feel what I'm
fact.
saying? Like
That's a
it's
fact.
crazy.
But like you said, the fact I even have to preface it with like that's a learned thing, I think that is a problem within itself. Is that because I know that's not most people general disposition. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, I walk out in the world. I mean, I'm pretty open to shit, but I'm militant in the way I think. But I try to present open, but I'm always on guard. And again, not being funny, I've never been a woman, have no desire to be. I don't know how they view the world. And so it's hard for me to determine what their natural disposition is because I'm not in their brains. Like I don't have to worry about the same things that a woman does walking into a public place. Like if I got that on me, I'm not saying it ain't too much I'm not concerned about, but I don't have that. Like I guess it's hard for me to imagine because I'm rarely in a situation where I feel disadvantaged by the people around me, men or women. So I don't know how that would make me present if I was walking around in what I viewed to be a hostile scenario. I don't know what that would do with my temperament. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't know whether I can qualify it as right or wrong. But I know that's why it's so rare when my cousin do it because I know that's not normal. But I
in
also,
my opinion, if you be rude and disrespectful to somebody that wasn't initially rude or disrespectful to you, you're wrong.
Yeah. And
Gender
then
regardless, you're wrong.
I just, I just feel like too, like for me and my personal experience, I feel like if you just be nice about it, then it's just easier to get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like,
So you gonna drag it if you be mean, especially if
yeah,
you rude as hell. Like I'm
Now
like
like,
that.
here is a valid retort though, y'all, because I've seen this shit happen too. I've seen a dude walk up to a girl and it go similar to this down the public. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Such and such. Uh, okay. Well, I think you're kind of attractive. Ah, thank you. I got a boyfriend. You can't have friends?
I hate that shit.
Nah.
what,
Like
what's wrong with that?
there are some men that
I hate
attempt
that
that
shit.
nice
Men
shit.
do that shit. Girls do that shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mm-mm.
people
but then
do.
that's what we saying though, Strata. But then it's warranted it. You know what I'm saying? Then it's warranted
Yeah,
for you to have to be rude or something like that. But
because I
you,
told you I can't
so
have
when
friends.
that dude did that day, and then the next day another dude say hey, and you automatically jump to what you did to the dude after. You know what I'm saying? He warranted you for you to have to be rude. That's the thing. You don't reset.
Mm-hmm.
You took the next thought out of my brain, bro. I was just about to say. So do you think that the problem is that women aren't resetting fast enough from their bad experiences?
I ain't really going. I really can't judge what fast enough is for them. I don't really want to do that. I feel like that'd be pretty inconsiderate. But I'm just saying, like, regardless, it's like just be like I don't know, just like being a regular old kind respectful person is just I don't see why that's that hard. Regardless, regardless of what you went through or go through, I don't see why that's that hard. Right? We all been through shit. I
Because
don't see that's why it's hard to come through straight. How you doing? Okay, thank you. No, no, thank you. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless of what's going on in your life.
but the reality that I just, you know,
Excuse me for that burp.
come
I don't
into
know if y'all
face.
heard it.
No, I don't think you heard it. Is that people just aren't nice. Like there's not a really like a lot of genuine people and nice people in the world these days. Like
Yeah, but you don't know if that person that introduced himself to you or talked to you is nice until the motherfucker did something not nice. Like some people just instantly just boom, I'm just gonna blow up on motherfuckers. That's
no, what
crazy
I'm
work.
saying is that sometimes like people act the way that they act because they're just not nice and decent people.
Mm.
Like people really be just fucked up.
You ain't
So
lying.
it's like that's why they act the way that they do because they was looking for a moment to put somebody down. They was looking.
You on mute? You on mute, Saudi?
Um, yeah, like they were just looking for a moment to put somebody down, and they was looking for
a moment to get a little boost. Like,
That's interesting. I like it. I like it. I like it. I think that this is a great way to segue into some of these videos for the need to be right. So we just walked down a million or just the nuances of human interaction. But can you see how if you already had a side in this, how this conversation would be hard to stomach? Because A, we're
Mhm.
not yelling with each other. Saudi ain't saying niggas ain't shit. We not on Saudi's ass. We're talking about the nuances of actual interactions and how it's not as extreme. Do y'all see how this can fuck most people up when watching this?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a prime example. So,
And that's the thing. If
mhm,
people watch this and think how what we doing right now is crazy to them, they're exactly who we talking about, and I stand on that.
that's real
You know what
shit.
I'm saying?
You on mute, Saudi.
Regardless of opinions, regardless of different perspectives, like you know what I'm saying, how we see how we respectful, kind, yelling, we ain't gotta do all that other crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? That's like you jump right into that just because you disagree, you exactly the person that motherfuckers be talking about, regardless.
That comment that PJ had put up where he said he gets complimented for basically being a basic human being, that
Yep.
holds a lot of weight. Because I've heard a lot of people give this same exact dude credit for being a good person, not just in the Discord, but on other lives. His
Yeah.
name came up on, I think, at 4 different lives I've seen now. They bring his name up for being a good, genuine person. And we ain't even met this guy in person yet. And
And shout out to
I ain't heard
people.
a negative thing about this guy yet.
That's a fact. That's a
So that
fact.
says a lot that motherfuckers really haven't really met many PJs, I guess, for them to say this much about this man on lives, just randomly.
Yeah,
He gets the instant credit, like, man, the nicest nigga I ever met was that nigga PJ. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm just like, damn, he must be a
yeah,
genuinely nice guy. But then that also
mm,
says, like, damn, that means we really don't be meeting a lot of nice motherfuckers in the world then. But
That's
we all talking about the same exact person. That's
yeah.
crazy.
That's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? You need that too. But like for me, it's like for me, being nice off the rip or respectful off the rip, you know, it's warranted, but it ain't necessary. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? For me, that shit ain't necessary. It's deserved of off first interaction. Like everybody deserves that from me off strip. But if you ain't kind back, nigga, I don't gotta keep coming kind to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Or I ain't gotta deal with you at all. You know, I'm at a place now. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I just don't deal with you at all. If it's to a point where I gotta be outside of being kind and respectful to you. You know what I'm saying? I just say, but that shit ain't necessary for sure. Because there's people out here that like Saudi said, it just fucked up, mean, evil people. You know what I'm saying? So
That's real. I like it. I like it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the SPS Podcast. Let's get to our first video for the night, y'all. The title of this is The Real Cost of Being Right. Gonna get into this, and then we're gonna get y'all thoughts
That's a
on
hell of a title.
You being right would kill mom, me, and our 2 boys, your grandchildren. There is 2 intentions in life, right? 1 is to get the job done, and 2 is to be right, to be popular, to be consistent. You have to make that choice. I want to choose to get the job done at the cost of all else. And that's it. It's as clear as that. I'll give you one last little example. My dad picked me up at the airport yesterday. Gotta tell you, he's like 70 something. He's scary. We're in a lane, and of course on the freeway, there's another lane, and it's gonna merge into our lane. And he doesn't want to change his speed because he feels like it's the other person's obligation to adjust their speed accordingly. But he was insistent he was in the right. And we're about to get into a car accident. The other person's honking their horn at us. And he's like, it's their problem. They're stupid. I'm not going to apologize for this. Like, I don't want him to drive anymore. I will drive because I would gladly slow down to let somebody else in. That's the price of being right. I'm like, wow, Dad.
the price of being right. What y'all think about that video? The price of being right. So in that
Man,
example,
his,
we're gonna come back out of it. No, go ahead.
yeah,
Somebody had
in
something.
his scenario, yeah, it was better off, like, yeah, he could feel like he's right. He can in his mind be right, but is it worth it? You know, is it worth it? You know, but I mean, I get it. I get it. There's definitely been times, I don't want to go too deep, but there's definitely been times where the right decision was made in a combat mission, but the results of it still ended with people losing their lives, whether allies or foes. But this was the right decision at the time, but the results were going to happen regardless. It was a matter of, do you want to lose 3 or do you want to lose 11? You see, it was like, it was right, but at a cost. So I get it. Like sometimes being right, it could come at a cost.
Right. I feel like that too. And sometimes the cost could cost you your life, your morals and your principles. But if you ain't got none, then maybe being right is for you.
All right, so with Wardy and Bino, I'm gonna get y'all to speak and apply the video to real life. So my question to Wardy is,
I ain't gonna front, bro. As I get older, I'm doing this show, right? We doing this show, but I'm thinking about 100 other things. I ain't heard none that man said in that shit.
I know I'm gonna switch it up for you.
All
I
right,
got
yeah,
you, bro.
that's all I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. So Wardy, based off the video, the cost of being right for the men that want to be right about the nature of women and how they think this fucked up. What is the price they would have to pay to be right in that scenario for the men in the
Lonely.
world that want to be right about women ain't shit, women suck, they don't communicate, blah blah. What is the cost of that being right,
Being lonely.
unwavering right?
Being lonely.
Mm.
I mean, if you just going like CJ said, I think it was CJ said, if you only gonna look for the bad, that's all you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? So you just gonna keep seeing bad, 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 and like it's good right in your face, but you keep overlooking that to talk about only the bad, so you can prove your point about, see, this what I'm saying, this what I'm saying, and then you're gonna look around and you ain't even gonna be one of the 100 men. You know what I'm saying? Get married in the room, get married. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I like it. Bino, my question to you is, who who is the right crowd trying to be right for?
Who is
So
the
we're talking
right
about the men.
crowd trying to
Yeah,
be right
so
for?
yeah, let's keep it on men or women. So the men that want to be right about women ain't shit, and for the women that want to be right about men ain't shit, who are they trying to be right for? Who do they want to agree with them?
Like I said earlier, people, you know what I'm saying? uh, Say it, then one person agreed, and the next person agrees, so they get comfortable. So you just keep saying and building a, oh, we right as community or crowd or gang or whatever. I guess. I guess they just want to be right. I don't know. Shit. Who they want to be right for? They want
So
to be
do you
right for
think
themselves? They want.
The
I don't know.
validation.
Because the word right is very subjective. If you talking outside, like being righteous or like the Bible or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So being right is subjective, and I don't know if being right in this situation, being right, what purpose does it have? It's more so what I think about than who they doing it for. Because I don't think they doing it for nobody. Like I can't answer that question different. They ain't doing it for nobody. I think it's just I don't know. Shit, I really don't know, bro. I really can't answer that shit right.
all
I
right,
feel
let's
I'm saying, oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, I'm about to say I feel like they doing it for their self image. Like I feel like they looking for validation in others because they're not getting that validation. You know,
Yeah, that's
on
what I'm saying. I think they just trying to get like a gang on the like. That's what I said earlier. Like people like be comfortable with people who agree with them, think like them. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess that's who they doing it for. Like to see if more people relate to them, so they'll feel like it. I'm not the problem because
Right.
it's so many
There you
other
go.
people that say the same thing I do. So I know I'm not the problem. But I
that's a
think that's
fact.
why they do it rather than who they do it for. Like I think that's you know what I'm saying. You know,
What about the people only living in their anecdotal experience though?
I
And then
think
they
that's I think that's most so natural. But you know what I'm saying. Like for people to do that, like, but what I don't understand it these days because, like I was saying, when we was having a conversation not too long ago, and like in the back and shit, I'm like, information come out at the same time now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like California ain't gonna get no news that I ain't gonna get the same day, the same minute, the same second. You know what I'm saying? Like, information don't have to travel. Everybody get it on the same exact time. So it's kind of I don't see why you would still use your negative anecdotal experiences to like. I don't see why you would still use that and be to make you feel right if you can absolutely see it's a other side to that shit too. Like I said earlier in the stats, if something's 50 something percent and something's 40 something percent, if something's 20 something percent and it's something, so you know what I'm saying. So
But
it
that
ain't
causes
100%. So it's actually happening. Nobody's better than the next person. Everybody are made. If you got all the same limbs, the same brain, you got the same capabilities as the next goddamn man
yeah, but that's
or
what
the
made
next
me
woman.
had to accept my flaws
And
and
do the
change
work.
something about myself. And then if I accept the fact that it could be the other side of the percentage that we talking about, then that means it's me. Then that means
Right. That's what I
I need
said.
to
They
look
don't
at
want to. They don't want
myself.
to be
That means
like
I got to analyze myself, and I can't talk shit
right.
about. I point my finger because I got to look at these other threes point back at me. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And a lot of
Right.
people,
That's why I said they'll be in the same room with people that agree and think like them, so they won't have to say I'm the problem. Because it's hella other people right here with me that can say, right, ain't I'm right? Yeah, you right.
See, that scenario right there, Bino. That's
Yeah.
why I hate when I see that one girl that's got them four other delusional ass friends in her fucking circle. Cause guess what? They all drowning. Cause that one friend gonna be like, "Am I tripping, girl? Am I tripping?" And they gonna say, "No, you're not tripping." But no, girl, you tripped and fell, motherfucker. Like you going the wrong way with this shit. But they not gonna tell you that because they just as delusional as your goofy ass is. Now y'all
And,
all
and,
failing.
and for the girl that might have told her he was tripping, and or for the dude that might have told his man he was tripping, they don't be friends with them no more. They don't stick close to them. They gonna go stick close to the ones that said you ain't tripping and you is right, right? They just I don't know.
That's why y'all look, man. Y'all gotta get some friends that's like CJ, bro. CJ gonna talk mad shit to your dumb ass when you make dumb decisions, and hopefully you listen. If you don't want to be cool with me afterwards, cool. But guess what? Whatever the fuck I said to you before we start talking, gonna stay stuck in your dumb ass head, and you gonna change your shit. It happens every time. I'll call some of the friends up that stopped being friends with me because I said some shit. Then later on we got cool again because it was like, man, you was right, man. I know I was right, nigga. Let's go hang out. Like, nigga ain't even mad at you. I was waiting for you to fall. It's all good. But no, you just gotta have people that's willing to tell you, like, nah, nigga, you was wrong. Nah, girl, you fucked up. That wasn't right. Cause odds are usually when somebody say, "Oh man, am I tripping? Am I tripping?" A lot of times you probably are. You probably actually are. And you just need to take 10 steps back and just think about what the fuck you said or did, man. Cause you probably about to burn some bridges if you ain't already done it.
What the hell you talking about?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, that
I can,
statement that PJ said is facts too.
yep.
Hell yeah.
Show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. Damn, that's a bar. That's a bar.
That's
Shout
some
out to
real
PJ.
shit though.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, let's get into our first question. We kind of been
About to
walking
put a lot
into
of
it.
shit, man.
Yeah, for real. So the first question I got for you all: are more people realistic, pessimistic, or optimistic about relationship results? So are more people like, yo, this is what the fuck is happening out here. I get it. I'm gonna just move around it. More people like, man, fuck it. These hoes ain't shit. These niggas ain't shit. Fuck all these people. Or more people like, I got this. I can do this.
I feel like we can't pick two, but I'm gonna pick two anyway. Um, I feel like it's more so on the realistic and then optimistic side. Like I feel like you have the group that's either gonna swerve and move around the bullshit, or you got the other people that like still have hope and are willing to do a little more compromising. I don't feel like it's a bunch of negative Nancy's with the pessimism or
So you
however.
think people are more real or more optimistic though?
I feel like it's an even playing field, to be honest. But if I had to choose, Right now, from what I'm hearing, I feel like they're more optimistic. Like, oh
Okay.
no, not optimistic. I'm sorry, realistic. I feel like they're swerving.
Okay.
They're avoiding the bullshit.
Got you. CJ, do you think people are more realistic, pessimistic, or optimistic, and why?
I think the loud minority are the very loud minority. They the pessimistic motherfuckers. All they doing is yelling out all the bad shit, all the negative stuff. They ain't talking about what's in the real world. So I can't even tell you who's really more for the other ones because the loud ones are the pessimistic ones. So I can't tell you what the other ones are. I
And the other
know
ones
they
are
not the
already in
majority for
relationships.
sure, but they the loudest.
Oh,
That's my best. That's to say which one's more for the people. I know I'm realist as fuck. We realistic people. We had to pull Saudi crazy ass out into our group, but she's here now. But I can only say that the loud minority they
No.
pessimistic as fuck. So I can't really tell you about the other one.
mm, I like it.
But like that's why I said though, CJ. Like I feel like from what we hear, yeah, the pessimistic, whatever, however you say it, for sure. But I just feel like if it was just like on a broader, like spectrum, if we did our own little research, I feel like it wouldn't be like that.
I
I
ain't
feel
about it.
like
Yeah, I ain't.
I
Oh, go ahead, Woody.
like they said. I feel like the pessimistic ones are the ones that we hear, and I feel like the realistic people are still working through, weeding through, and I feel like the optimistic people are in relationships. You know what I'm saying? They the ones you ain't gonna hear
I
from
agree
them
with
because
that.
they got somebody because they
I
Hmm.
agree
see
with that.
they ain't looking for the bad. They seeing the good, and that's what they. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree
That's
with
it.
that.
Yeah, I did too.
See,
Uh-oh.
I
So
think
who want the curveball? Bino or Woody?
Be
no.
now.
I got it. Let me answer the question because I
Let's
don't
move
agree
on
with
with
none of what they said.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think it's more people. I ain't about to do what I'm not even about to do the pessimistic what we hear. Though that's the matrix. Are more people in real world everyday life? They're real fucking listic. They understand in the real world that it's good and that there's bad. They weigh their pros and their cons, and they make it do what it do, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Optimistic. I feel like optimistic people the ones sitting around like, oh, my perfect charming's coming, or the dude saying, oh, I'm gonna get my Rihanna with no kids, she'll be single. She only took two dicks her whole life, and she's 35. You know what I'm saying? That optimistic shit. You be fucking around to be optimistic. Optimistic turns into delusion more than pessimistic or realistic.
Nah, they literally delusional. Them optimistic motherfuckers. Ain't that right,
The
Saudi? They literally
optimistic shit is
delusional.
a thin line between optimism
Not
and
ain't that
delusion
right, Saudi?
and delusion.
Don't
You feel
do
what I'm
that.
saying? I'm a natural optimistic by I know people don't do the hard codes. My sign, Wardy sign, we supposed to be optimistic. That don't mean
But
that's a good thing. I had to make sure that I ain't feed too much into what my sign tell me because this ain't
no,
no
that's a
fucking
fact.
optimist. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make you know what I'm saying. I gotta be logic about you know what I'm saying. Certain shit. You feel what I'm saying? Fuck that optimistic shit. That shit turn to delusion real
That
fast.
shit will get
All right,
you.
real
Hey,
quick
that's
because I
what I
know
had to
Saudi
realize
know.
too.
Saudi, what is the Scorpios? What are they?
Oh, see now, I'm
They
not the
one of the are they
girl.
the realistic, optimistic, pessimist? What are they?
Pessimistic.
Oh, I was about to say realistic.
Yeah, y'all know the zodiac shit.
I
We
don't.
we probably realistic because fuck all that other shit. Like here is 1 + 1 is 2, motherfucker. You give me another number, get the fuck out my face. That's how I see it. Nah.
All
Now
right.
I gotta do.
Hope,
Now I gotta do my research.
hope.
All right. So now I got another question. Let's
Yeah,
take
what's this
out.
curveball? I want this one.
Yeah, I'll take the curveball.
For sure, I got you. What it was based off your premise. So if we take out the people that are in relationships that we say are optimistic, the single people that are left. First, I'm gonna ask you: do you think that the men that are left are realistic about their outcomes, pessimistic, or optimistic about their outcomes and finding a woman? Let's do the men first.
But you said take out the people that's in relationships that's optimistic.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think the men that are left When it comes to them finding a woman, do you think they're realistic, pessimistic, or optimistic about finding their one woman?
All right, I'm gonna say 30% are optimistic. No, pessimistic. 30% are. Hold on. I got you. Are so that leaves 60. I mean, was it 30, 30, 40? That leaves 40%. So the other 40, so it still is divided up kind of. It ain't equal, but I still think the majority of those gonna be pessimistic at the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think the optimism and the realism is kind of equally yoked, like on that.
This
Okay, so
is
you think there's
this
an overall balance?
Yeah, I still think it's a little, you know what I'm saying, jaded on the pessimistic side of for men as well, because they focusing on the wrong thing. But I still think it's some men out here that see things for what it is and weeding, like I said, weeding through, until they find it. And then I think it's some men out here that they still gonna be like, I know what's going on, but I still think it's some good women out here. I still think it's, like, you know what I'm saying? So the majority, like, you know what I'm saying? The majority, like,
Okay.
I got you. I got you. It's generational. It's generational in my perspective. I think millennials, majority of millennials are realistic. What's the ones in front of the millennials before us? Gen X,
Don't be asking me about these generations. I'm gonna have to look that shit
boomers,
up.
or
Give me a
some
second.
shit. Gen X. I
You
think
said
Gen
after or
X
before?
before us. I think Gen X is motherfucking majority of them are pessimistic, the ones that's left behind. You feel what I'm saying? And I think the youngins is majority optimistic, the ones that's left behind. I think this shit really done turn generation for the
I can
most
see
part
that.
with
I can see that.
those three things right there.
Hmm. You think they're optimistic for the most part?
The young ones
Okay, and the older ones are pessimistic.
that's older than us, 40 something, 56, one of the ones that's left on it behind on that, they about to hit 50 and shit.
Do you think that is based off? Do you think that is different for each gender?
Um, Gender wise, what's funny? How many is more women than men, right?
Yep.
Damn,
Hmm.
I don't really come across too many uh 50 plus women that's single and mad though, when I think about it. Or like 48, 47 something plus. I don't come across too many of them for real. Or hear them. I don't hear they not loud.
Why do you think that is, bro?
I think they end up
Image,
turning to like I think it's I don't know from whatever generation they come from. I think they turn into like sugar mamas or something. I don't know. And they just be
image.
cool, money. They get their little
They gotta, they
bread.
gotta, they gotta look like nothing's wrong.
I think they the first generation of hoes at a mass. So they ain't tripping about, what I'm saying, getting their little bread, turning them a little young boy over the weekend and him going by the business, you feel what I'm saying? Shit like that. They done raise their kids grown, probably got grandkids.
Yo, that is crazy, but it sounds accurate.
Right.
It do kind of sound accurate.
It
I
sounds
don't have a
like
brain
it's like
power.
I don't even got an argument to be like, no, that don't sound right. Like it sounds
Right.
crazy, but it's like I don't know, man. That makes sense. Damn.
That is some funny shit. That nigga Kazeem said, wait, not that part.
Hey, look, he was on your side and you said something else. He like, hold on.
Oh
Nah, it's
shit.
too late. You agree
That is too
by
funny.
default.
That's too funny, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. I think we're gonna jump right into the next question. I think I'm gonna go with the first question. I think I asked you all in the slide. Saudi, do you think there's a difference between being right and being righteous?
Mm. I do.
What do you think the difference is?
Like, I think I said this earlier. You can be right, but I feel like when you righteous, it's more so behind like what you stand on, like the type of person you is, your morals, your principles. Like, cause you could be right, but just because you was right, don't mean that shit was wrong and fucked up. Like CJ had said earlier about the whole army stuff. So yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. Wardy, is there a difference between being right and righteous?
It definitely is. I mean, because being right, it's you know, if you look at the definition of right, it's gonna be different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because right can mean, I think we talking about correct, right? Being correct in something, right? Right. So being right, yeah, it's definitely because righteous is like Saudi said, a moral stance. I mean, righteous is a moral stance and how you basically live your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, and being right is just yes or no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is this fact or is it not fact? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's really, that's different. That's way different. So yeah.
So, cause like a lot of people don't do a lot of things because of how they was brought up in Christianity or like their religious belief versus someone who don't, they will just do anything to be right,
Right. But
even if it's wrong.
I think right is only right or wrong when it's fact. It's something that can be proved. It can't be right on a like a more like it can't something can be right if it's opinion. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, I don't feel like abortion can't be right or wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's somebody's opinion about, you know what I'm saying, the subject or topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like it's a right and wrong and stuff like that. I feel like it's only right and wrong if it's like, you know, 2 plus 2 is 5. No, that's not right. That's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But
I think the way I'm framing the question when I say right, and maybe I should explain this earlier. I think when I wrote it in my mind, what I had when I say right, that's someone that in their own brain they are correct in their way of thinking.
Ah,
That's how I'm defining right. That's why it's in quotation marks.
okay.
Yeah. Right can be right is a subjective thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like being righteous, I think I caught the inner warrior, like that's actually something like that's like
Like, you
something that
living by a standard. Some standard
yeah,
that you
yeah,
can
that's like
say,
yeah, that's a
your
structure, a
foundation, your principle.
foundation. You know, I heard Saudi said, I think I heard Saudi when she first started, like I agree with her on that part. Like being righteous is to me, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't like saying it. I know this is shows where it's not we not, but I think being righteous has everything to do with biblical standards. Just for me to put it in a nutshell.
hey, look,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, right? I'm glad you said that because I was talking to one of my, well, actually, it was my supervisor at work, and he's not religious, you know what I'm saying, at all. But and he was staying that he was like, yo, because that's a touchy subject, not touchy, but he's like, that's a good subject because it's been debated in philosophy if righteousness is set in, like you say, religion, or if it's set in just moral standards of like law, for instance. Like, you know what I'm saying? A person won't do something because the law say no go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So is a person that don't believe in religion but follows the law, are they not righteous? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how
No,
he was
yeah,
saying it.
exactly. I don't think they righteous just because they follow the law.
But I
But he
mean, I think that will still go back to like even if you take the religious part out of it, it still will have to go down to like what is their morals? Do they believe killing is wrong? If they believe like stuff like that. So I
Hey,
feel
Right,
look,
like
right,
hey, look,
right.
he brought that up too. He brought that up. He was like, what if, the law say killing is wrong, but if somebody do something to your daughter, your young daughter that's a grown man, you know what I'm saying, you might set fire to him or something. But at the end of the day, is that a righteous move or is that again, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you
But
know,
not only do the law say it's wrong, the Bible does too.
indeed. Indeed. But okay, what if it was something that didn't agree with both though? Like, you know what I'm saying? And one
So if
said
we
one
took
thing
all
and
that
then,
out,
you know, like I'm just saying, like, if you do that action, you might say that was righteous because of what happened. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right,
And
like for
another person
righteous,
might
like
say,
like for instance, in the Quran, right? It's eye for I don't know the Bible,
yeah,
but I know
that's
the Quran is
I
eye,
swear to
eye for
God,
eye,
that's what
tooth
he
for a
said.
tooth, right? Eye for
That's what
eye,
he
tooth for a
said.
tooth. You smack me, I can smack you back. That's
Hey, look,
righteous.
I swear to God on everything. That's what he said. That's the example he brought up. He was like,
Yeah.
because in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? If somebody do something to my daughter, I can do what, you know what I'm saying? Something to him,
Mm-hmm.
like eye for eye. Like, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
is that not righteous if I, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But see, like even eye
what
for
can you
eye,
say?
tooth don't mean like it was what's funny about eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. That means exact for exact. It's like so. It's like if I was to kick you and you was to kick me back, that's eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But if I was to kick you and you shoot me, that's not eye for eye, tooth for a tooth.
Why
You know what
not?
I'm saying? Because it's eye for an eye, not eye for an arm.
I'm saying, but it
or eye
don't.
for a
But
heart,
just
what
say
the
you
hell?
kick me and
Yeah,
you
or eye
kill
for
the
a
person,
heart.
or you kick me and you kill the person, and my person, you kick me, but I shot you and you still dead. The result is the same. So if you lose an eye, you might have damn plucked my eye out, but I shoot your eye out with a slingshot. So you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But like, that's what I'm saying though. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like you. Somebody punching you and you then killing them because they punch you. Is not eye for eye or tooth for a tooth.
But what's weird about that is when you actually read Matthew 5:38,
Mm.
the second part of that verse negates the way the world practices it. Let me see if I can pull this up for y'all. Let me find it. Hold on, give me 1 second. Because I've always gone to the I for an eye, and I was reading around, and I was like, wait a minute, that ain't what I thought that was. Like, that ain't
Right.
what that ain't how we use it. Hold on, y'all. So the Bible verse Matthew 5:38 states, "You have heard that it was said, eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. However, Jesus teaches that we should not resist evil and should turn the other cheek. The Bible prohibits personal vengeance and leaves punishment to governing authorities."
That's why I
But
said the Quran.
but you
I didn't say the
understand,
Bible.
but
I said the Quran. I ain't know about the Bible. I said the Quran. I
Hmm.
but
ain't know.
listen
You
though,
know, and I just know that because I got the Muslim side of my family. That's at least what they, you know, say anyway. That's why I
hey,
said I don't really know about the Bible.
for turn the other cheek. And that ain't like I don't personally think that's for like how people would say like turn the other cheek and let them slap it too. I think it's for if you get slapped right, boom, like yo, you on that side, you on fire, you angry, you know what I'm saying? You not thinking. But if you turn the other cheek, it's like a symbolism of turn to the side that's not thinking with that rage. Turn to the side that's thinking with, you know what I'm saying?
So
Like
the good
clear
versus
hearted,
evil.
clairvoyance, and be, you know what I'm saying? Like how that side is
Mhm.
not affected. Don't let your decisions be affected by what happened on this side. Like,
Love
I
the
fuck with
breakdown of
it.
that symbolism. That is a fact. Because that's more aligned with what they're actually trying to articulate versus it being, you slap me, I slap you back. It's more like, resist the side that's been affected and show the other side.
show
And,
that better side, the
the
side that you
better
can
side.
still pray for them and you can still, you know what I'm saying, bless them and love them. And shit. 'Cause this side ain't gonna love them, but you got
Hmm.
another side that still can. It like you said, look for the positivity. Then you know what I'm saying, it'll flourish.
That is
If
a
you only
fact.
thinking with the affected side, that's, you know what I'm saying. And I think that's what's happening. I think people are being slapped by the, the like I don't want you. What is called like the like
Rejection.
yeah rejection. They're being slapped by the rejection, and now everybody they see they coming with this side of them. Like you know what I'm saying. And that's only how they, you know what I'm saying, how they dealing with the problem. They never turn the other cheek to the to
But
the
that's
side
why
that
you still have to have a level of optimism
right.
to be able to counteract that.
Okay.
Oh man, let me see something. Go, y'all keep going. I'm telling you, bro. Like you'll be surprised, and I'm talking against optimism because, like I said, based on the stars that align. I'm supposed to be the most optimistic sign there is. Man, I ain't falling for that optimistic shit.
But it's by
Cause
choice that you're not
I feel
optimistic now, though. By
it's by
nature,
choice
you're an
because I
optimistic
realize
person.
work because optimist because I'm gonna say the reason why I say it, Awardy, because I'm optimistic. I say I'm optimistic because I put in the work that I expect my results to come back. I'm optimistic only to that level. So, like Saudi said, that level of optimism, I think, is the only optimism that should be. Is that you're optimistic that because you put in the work, your results are going because you fruits of your labor, right? You sowed your seed that the plant will go. But that optimism shit, most people use optimism like I don't gotta do nothing. Something's gonna happen for me. That's how most people use this optimistic shit at math. They ain't put in no work for you to be optimistic about nothing.
But then you got a lot of people that's not like that at all, though. Like a lot of people, like I don't care what I do. I know this shit ain't gonna be,
I
man.
don't agree.
This is gonna be the same way. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be. It
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
matter.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah, yeah.
I can
Right.
do
I'm
all the
not
work in
speaking
the
against
world.
those people. I'm not speaking against some people. I'm just speaking on the whole idea of people. I'm not saying Saudi did or you or none of us doing it, but like the reason why I don't fall so deep into leaning towards being optimistic. Because I'm optimistic that I'll be rich. But the way I'm doing it right now, I'm only gonna be exactly what I'm already is. Right? So I can say I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. I'm gonna be a
So is
millionaire.
that false
But you still have
optimism
to
if you're
Nigga,
have
not
that
doing the work,
thought. You
though?
still have to have that
Is
thought
that
to
false
no,
believe.
optimism if you're
what's more
not doing the
important is
work?
not
To
having
make
the
Say you
thought.
don't
something.
know, you're not doing the
But
work, though.
listen to me, y'all. Let me finish. Exactly. That's what I'm about to say before she said what she was about to say. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not put. So, but what I'm saying is I can say that, and that's how most people carry the word optimist. They optimist. They're gonna do this. They optimist that, but not putting it in the work for the optimist to become what a reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So is that really optimism, though?
That's why I'm saying optimism. This is all my perspective. I could be right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever. Disagree, agree. That's why I say optimistic king. And I think I hate to say this, but I think more women do that optimistic shit than men. And that's why I say that optimistic shit can easily turn into delusion.
Anybody agree with that? Disagree?
I do agree. Like he said, without putting in the work and without being able to like process shit in real time and to be able to realize when the shit is getting a little delusional and to make the shift, then yeah, it could. He right.
So what's the delusion part of optimism? Like, how
Not
can you
putting in
be
the
too
work, but thinking you're
optimistic
going to
about
get a
something?
different results. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. The level of
I'm saying,
optimism, I
but if
think
you're
that
not
only
doing
makes
steps,
sense.
go ahead.
The level of optimism for me that only makes sense is being optimistic that you putting in the work and that you're going to receive your benefits from that work. You feel what I'm
Okay,
saying?
now,
That I'm not
okay,
going to
all right.
fail because I put in this work, right? I'm optimistic that I am going to be a millionaire because I invested. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I'm optimistic that I am going to find a wife because I moved this way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
but
like a
all right, now
because
once
I
you
do
run
this.
into these stumbling blocks along the way, and that tests your optimism or tests all of these theories that you saying that you the work you putting in, that's really like when you put work in is usually for a mission or something that you know what I'm saying. So like these tests gonna come up. These women, this woman,
Then we
then
talking
you will meet your
patience.
finally
Then,
at the
then
end you will meet the one that you will be with.
yeah, then we talking patience. Then for me. If
Also,
you
the
come across these stumbles in the road like this and this, then we just talking patience. Then we talking, oh, maybe a wise man knows that he knows nothing. So maybe I need to evaluate why it didn't work this time, even though I thought what I did, I should get it, but it didn't. So let me reevaluate because what I thought I knew, maybe I didn't know, and I maybe need to reassess why.
But
You
is
feel what
it
I'm
gonna
saying?
affect your optimism towards the situation though?
No.
Right.
to level set and make the differentiation between optimism and delusion. With just a quick psychology search through a couple of social scientific papers, what I found is that what separates an optimist person from a delusional person is the inclusion of facts. So an
Mm.
optimist person, say it's 75 degrees a day. It's gonna rain probably at 8 o'clock, but it's gonna still be a good day. I'm gonna have my raincoat and be fine. A delusional person says it's gonna be sunny all day, weather be damned.
And
And
that's
you
Right.
feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
the difference between an optimistic person is they include the facts and
and they
they still have a
process it.
positive thought
Right.
process. A
Right.
delusional person, fuck your facts. It's gonna be what I said it's gonna be. So I know we're using those a lot, and I didn't say y'all was using it wrong, but I wanted to get a person listening how they can differentiate between the two.
But that's
One
what
So
I
what
was.
I
includes
said,
the
so what
facts.
I said don't change. That's why I say
Yeah, cause I'm
optimistic
about to say I
even.
said that too. You got to be able to process that shit in real time
Yeah.
in order for
Yeah.
that shit not to become delusional.
Oh
That's
yeah.
why I
So
said don't change. Most people use optimism the way they don't use it in the sense where you including facts. They use it in the sense of what you said. Like, I don't give a fuck what's gonna happen. My life gonna turn out just fine.
Right.
yeah, and that's why I was
So
good.
what
I'm
I
making
say
that.
still, I ain't changing my shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no,
Like,
it wasn't to
no, no, I know,
change
I know.
that.
I'm
I
just saying.
just I
Yeah.
was just trying to make sure that for the people listening, they can clearly tell the difference between the two types of people, right? Because just like I don't want to give pessimists, I would hate for someone to confuse a pessimist with a realist. I would hate for someone to confuse an optimist for a delusionalist. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They already confused us. So I'm glad you did it. That's what they doing, confusing it
Yeah,
and not
that's
knowing
a
that they
fact.
are delusional and not optimistic.
Right. The inclusion of the facts matters when we're talking about the optimism versus delusion. And like you said, I think the same thing is true for a pessimist and a realist. I think the difference is that how they consider the facts. A realist accepts the facts that are to just be. A pessimist looks at facts and can always find a negative in them. Is that
Right.
fair?
Right.
Okay,
Agreed.
like it. So let's go to another video that speaks to how right affects the individual. This is a short clip, but we'll get to it now and get y'all thoughts on it. Very short clip, so pay attention. I'll run it back twice if I need to.
Most people would rather be right than be free. Most people would rather be right than be free.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of my quotes. Is that being right is the poor man's version of self-worth.
Wow.
Yeah, that stings if people really get it,
Yeah.
because they'll prove to themselves that either this is too good to be true and sabotage it, or I knew this wouldn't be last. Yeah, wouldn't last. Well, you get to be right even though it was someone you loved or a job opportunity you wanted.
Okay, well, what's that proof going to do for your life?
Keeps your
Nothing.
ego alive.
Yeah.
That's how subtle and self-destructive the ego is. Most people would rather be right than be free.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one of my quotes. Is that being right is the poor man's version of self-worth.
Wow.
Yeah, that stings if people really get it,
Yeah.
because they'll prove to themselves that either this is too good to be true and sabotage it, or I knew this wouldn't be last. Yeah, wouldn't last. Well, you get to be right even though it was someone you loved or a job opportunity you wanted.
Okay, well, what's that proof going to do for your life?
Keeps
Nothing.
your ego alive.
Yeah.
That's how subtle and self-destructive the ego is.
Okay. Y'all think people that need to be right, is that a poor man's way to preserve their ego?
Seems to be.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Definitely seems to be.
people that try to just downright be right regardless, that's just them, trying to preserve their ego, their image, they look. I can give a few examples. I don't want to
That
go crazy,
ego,
but
man.
a good one is when you on a panel for a YouTuber and they the host of their show, but then you correct the motherfuckers 5-6 times, but because they are the host, they and their other panelists are going to try to make you either look bad, even though deep down they know you are right and you have corrected the host, the face of the show. They got to maintain that fact that he's right when he wasn't. And instead of him admitting, you know what, I was wrong. No, he'd rather argue you down or try to, in a sense, change the argument around to point out something else differently and kind of derail instead of simply going back to the original topic and just admit that you was wrong. No, they can't do that. That their ego, their image will be deflated if they admit that it was wrong. So they got to maintain appearing to be right.
What are y'all thoughts on that? I think that being right is a poor man's ego, or a way for a poor man to protect his ego.
I know he talked on the man, but I think that's just once again. I don't even think that's a gender thing. I think that's on both ends. What he said is pretty accurate, but I think that's on both ends. I think that's vice versa. Um, maybe not necessarily for a woman's ego, but maybe for her. I think it's more so be for her self worth purposes, maybe,
Yeah.
and maybe for the ego, for the dude, for the ego. But I think both people want to always deem themselves was right for basically what he said.
All right, so I got a question for you. Let's walk down what that looks like for a woman. Y'all ever ran into a woman that niggas ain't shit until they got a boyfriend, and then when they break up their boyfriend, niggas go back to not being shit?
I
Hell
know, I
yeah.
know. You say what now?
You ever know the
Boy,
woman?
you know how many people that just face just came in my head off of that scenario you gave? What? And as I'm thinking about it, you motherfuckers. What? And not just personal friends, motherfuckers on this YouTube, nigga, that will literally be talking anti-man shit. Get him a man. Well, hear him for a little bit. Oh, I guess he must be doing something right. Then they break up. Who gives a fuck what the reason is? All of a sudden, it's back to fuck these niggas. They ain't shit. They ain't worth a damn. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all was in Disneyland about the last 90 days. What happened? Come on now. But then when you did, but hey, give it a minute, and then you let them talk it out of overtime, and then you find out they slip up and tell you the actual reason why. Because originally, they're gonna say, why y'all break up? Oh, that nigga ain't shit. He ain't worth a damn. He was on some bullshit. All right, cool. We know the story. Then at some point they slip up. Well, my mouth. Well, you know how I get. I thought he was doing something, but I guess in an argument he couldn't handle me in an argument. So far, what I'm hearing is that motherfucker, you was the problem. But it's fuck these niggas, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to make it seem like you wasn't the issue, the problem. The men are the problem. But then when you finally had them talks and we finally walk your ass down this yellow brick road, we find out, no, it was you. Because then don't let you actually have a calm conversation with them. And then you just so happen to just slip a, hey, oh, buddy, man, what did he even do? How was that relationship anyway? Why did it end? Oh, he wasn't even bad. He was actually a nice guy. That's crazy. About a month ago, he won't shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? And when I tell you this conversation I've had it with so many of these females, bro. It's wild to me. It's wild because you realize that, we already know how the whole thing about, a lot of women don't take up accountability. But then when you have conversations like those, when you hear them bashing men, and then you actually get a conversation with them about that last dude, and you find out in a lot of cases, not a few, in a lot of them, he wasn't the problem. Because everybody thinks that, oh, what's the first thing you think of when people break up? He cheated. That's like the number one thing you're gonna think of. But then you finally get the breakdown and find out, shit, you was a headache, lady. You was disrespectful. And then you go out, you actually telling us he wasn't even doing nothing wrong. So what the fuck? Like, come on now. No, man, yeah. These I'm gonna stop because I don't want to sound like a man hater. I'm not a man hater, a woman hater on YouTube.
That's why Strata favorite shit is women lie to the world, they don't lie to themselves.
Yep. Me and Bino have had that conversation. I told him that women don't lie to themselves, they lie to the world, and men do the opposite. Y'all agree with that premise?
But you say men do the opposite?
Man,
Men lie to themselves but don't lie to the world.
You said, hold on, say that again. I thought you said women lied to the world and tell the truth to themselves.
Yes.
Right.
So men lie to themselves and tell the truth to the world?
Yes, but it's not an exact apples to apples. So let me explain what I mean. So a woman can go into a situation knowing she fucked up and knowing that the nigga she with ain't shit. With her knowing that, she'll come off to the world like, no, everything's fine. And she knows she on bullshit, right? Men do the exact opposite, in my opinion. Like, I'm trying to find the perfect way to frame this. I'm trying to remember that conversation. Like, me and Bino just talked about this shit like 2 mornings ago. I think with men, what they tell the world is not what they truly think and what they truly desire. That's the difference. So niggas will say, hoes ain't shit, fuck these hoes, I don't want these hoes, I'm gonna be single for life, knowing they want a wife. That's the difference.
And women to say what?
Women to say, no, I got a good man. That's my man, my man, my man, my man. But in her mind, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga, fuck that nigga.
Damn, outrage.
It's crazy. They be trying to maintain that image, boy. They can't look like they can't make themselves look bad because they got a fuck nigga. Because at the moment she start talking shit about him, you know what they gonna say? Well, why you still with him then? So she can't talk shit about him right now. Because if she do, she gotta leave.
That motherfucking dad got Ray. He just said, "Baby, we want to go home right now, bro." Damn.
That's the difference, bro.
He right, cause she ain't gonna say that shit now. When that breakup happened, everything she been wanting to say,
right,
boy, come out.
Come up out enough. But,
then obviously you find out that nigga was cheating on me anyway. Girl, when y'all was together, he was the best goddamn thing on this side of Mississippi. Like, what
best
happened?
thing smoking, bro. Best thing smoking. But this is that dire need for us all to be right at different times, bro. Like, women want to perceive to be right to the world, even though they know what's fucked up on the inside. Men want the world to agree with a nature that they don't even agree with. Because what they secretly want is the exact opposite of what they're yelling to us. Man, fuck these hoes. These hoes ain't shit, man. Get money. Don't worry about what no hoes think. Hey, can y'all rate me real quick? What you think I look like? Man, I give a fuck about these hoes. Tenderonis. I can't say what I want to say because we on YouTube, but y'all know what I mean by tenders. They're tenders. But to the world, they hard on the hoe.
Nah, man, that just be dudes imitating what they see other dudes that really mean that shit. Right. So they adopt it and say that's why this is what I need to be too, because bitches ain't shit. But it's dudes that really, like, at one point, nigga, I'm really nigga. Don't ever get it confused, nigga. If I say fuck these hoes, get that money, that's what I meant, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And I won't think about a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Hard on the hoe, fuck a wife. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't say that no more.
You know what's crazy, Bino? I know a lot of niggas that said, fuck these hoes, fuck these bitches, get money, all while they were crying over their ex while being broke.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because you got it goes to everything of the people imitating what looks better. So even if it's not done, right? They going if it's what either people doing, if it even look cool, even if it sound like a good thing to do for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to imitate that shit, even if that ain't in you. You're going to try to put it on you, and the difference is what's in you and what's on you is the difference. You feel what I'm saying? So it goes along with anything. The same niggas that do that do the same niggas that talk about violence, but will not squabble. You feel what I'm saying? Same niggas that talk about money, but they ain't seen a dollar. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just what motherfuckers do. They imitate. More people imitate than originate or be original. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my mind, like for instance, in this season, if my mind changed, and if I'm putting in the work, if I'm moving and living a certain way, whereas though optimistic that I'm gonna get a good wife, then why the fuck I'm gonna go around here saying fuck these hoes ain't shit? I ain't on that time. When I was on that time, I meant that shit. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? But you got motherfuckers like you said.
His chest.
Yeah, but like Stratton said, you got motherfuckers that say that in real time, but in real time want a wife by tomorrow.
Yep.
Right now.
Yesterday. They want one yesterday, bro. And I think that this is a conflict that the people that need to be right because their world is so chaotic, that's the only thing they can hold on to. Because the moment that shit gets disintegrated in their face, the results, they're left with only their fucked up truth to lean on because that's all you got. It's so much easier to justify a shitty result by saying, see, I told y'all then actually reflect why it fucked up.
And people will create that, you know what I'm saying, situation so it can continue to make you right.
Right. There
You know
you
what
go.
I'm saying?
There you go. Now we walking it down and completely cooking. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the SPS Podcast. CJ, what you got, bro?
What I got on what?
I just saw that head shake. I know what that means. That was a thought that ran through the mind. I
Hey,
literally ran
look,
across a
man.
do-rag.
Cause I gave y'all that one example, but if I keep going,
Oh God.
you see the back chat. You see the back chat. Cause I got my feelings a little bit. So you see the back chat. If we keep going.
Okay.
Next question.
I respect it. I respect it, brother. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. This is a dope conversation. I think we walking this down pretty well, bro. Like we heating up now. So, where do I go next? That was confusing. Oh, that's a good one. All right, so let's go there. Trying to find the slide for it. Thank y'all for being so patient with me. I ain't gonna lie, our conversations take so many twists and turns and shit that I like to like. Even though I have an order in my mind, sometimes when we had a conversation makes me jump around. So this is a question. Now on the screen, I couldn't get it all up, but I'm gonna say it to you all. So the question really is, how much of the black population do you think want to be right and find solutions? I'm sorry, how much of the black population do you think want to find solutions versus how much of the black population want to be right? Give me a percentage. How many of the black population want to find a solution and get the results versus how many are okay just being right? Where they at?
Hey, ain't no most of the black population don't want to be right. They might
They want results.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
They want women are the greatest thing on earth.
Nigga said
Get
it
the
just
fuck out of here, Bino. Like,
What the fuck? Like that whole statement came out of nowhere. Like I'm looking like, what the fuck?
first of all,
And then he continued, wiped off these motherfucking shades. It was like,
this is
women are the greatest thing on earth.
Easy on Bino, man.
like,
It was like
Not
an
having
awkward pause because he
Not
knew he
going.
said was bullshit, and then
this is
followed up with,
crazy.
"Women are the greatest thing on earth." Like you can't even argue with him now. It's just
Right.
like
That nigga
I done said that
no
now. What you gonna say
follow-up,
about that?
no
I wish you would go against that statement. What?
No
I was about to
follow-up,
argue
no
with this nigga, and then he
explanation.
said that. I was like, I can't even respond to that nigga. I would look so
What y'all
fucked up to
didn't see
say,
was the
"No,
eyes.
nigga,
bro.
what?"
Didn't see the look
Hey, bro, I
up.
put the shades on 'cause I knew I was gonna be crying after I said what I said,
Hey,
bro.
look, they ain't see the look up though, Bino. They ain't see
Yeah,
the.
yeah.
That shit, boy, that threw me all on.
All right, now y'all go ahead. My bad, bro. My bad.
No, man, I think I can't give you a number, but a high majority just want to be right. Because if a high majority wanted the actual solutions, a lot of these pods wouldn't exist. A lot of these conversations wouldn't exist. This red pill, blue pill, and I just found it as a fucking black pill. Shout out to my team, Black Pills. But hell, I didn't like if majority of the black community really wanted to get like make solutions, find solutions, and actually whatever the solutions or advice that was given to them, they're putting it in the real world. They're using it in hopes of a better, outcome. If majority was really doing that, all this shit wouldn't be happening. Nigga, we'd be watching, it'd be old YouTube all over again. Like we just watching funny ass videos and couples doing pranks on each other.
Hey, look, I agree with Bino and CJ, right? But in this type of way, I think that people they want the results, but they acting like they got to keep the ego, so they telling people that they want, you know what I'm saying, or like you know what I'm saying. But like you say, deep down, boy, they wish they could find,
For sure.
you know, they just can't find.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So they got to keep. They can't tell you, I wish I could find it though. You feel me?
Right,
They got to tell
right,
you, fuck these bitches. That's what they got to tell
right,
you. But
They got a lot of the world.
Every fuck these bitches, boy. If you really listen, you would. I want results. I swear to God.
It goes back to what Shawty was saying. Your mother can say funny hoes, be like, but babe, come on, man, don't do this to me. Girl, what I gotta do? Right? Because they want the results. Nigga, they just lying to the world, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You ain't got a lot of me though. I'm trying to tell you. You better do what
Yeah,
you gotta do, Warm,
you ain't
boy.
got a lot of
I'm
me.
gonna be warm and you gonna be cold. You ain't
That part.
But
You ain't got a lot to kick it, my nigga. Sorry, what you think? You think more black people want to be right, or do you think more black people want the results?
I feel like more black people want the results. Just based off of like I feel like we are having more dialogue about what's actually wrong and trying to like, figure out what the solution is. So yeah, I feel like we want the results.
Okay.
But you guys, I reached my 2-hour mark. Gotta
you ain't
put
did shit. That shit crazy.
What
But
does that
all right
mean?
though, you good. Nah, boy, see what you go ahead, do your
y'all
thing.
be
So
wanting my kids to just fend for their stuff. Like this the most they ever came in my room tonight. So yeah, they turned up.
you seen the show you was on the show we did last year. Was you up there?
I don't think so.
You gotta go back and watch it. It's called Fuck Them Kids.
Oh shit.
Nah, I'm playing.
You know what? And I was up there. You get on my fucking nerves.
Nah, shouts out to the babies, man. Do your thing.
Yeah, but I love the conversation. So yeah, keep it going.
All right.
You look like I'm melting.
Yeah, I don't know. Rose is just.
So I'm the
Rose,
only person that said
I look like a melting Rose.
that majority want to be right.
My skin. Oh shit! I think it's my time, Rose.
Who's that?
Oh
Jalen? Drop that
shit!
link for Jalen.
Yeah,
It's my Men in Black time. My real skin about to show, y'all. I ain't human.
Nigga about to turn into
That's
an
why
alien
my
and
boy
shit.
is a reptilian.
Yeah, that's too funny.
So what is it? Am I the only person that said majority just want to be right?
Yeah, I
Wardy,
mean,
Nah, I
Wardy
said that
balanced
the
it.
majority want to be right and put. I mean, I think that's what
yeah,
we are. That was what was kind of said. Like the
yeah.
majority want to be right to the public, but they really want results in their mind and in their heart and in their actions, but they don't see it. They keep talking about this shit, but that means you want results because you keep talking about the problem. So that means you want. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That's what I look at it like. It's really a cry for help. Somebody tell me, please, will tell me what to do for this shit. But then it's like you give them the tools and they still go do what the hell they want to do. So like I don't know.
Why the fuck does that happen though, bro?
Cause I don't know, man. I feel like people feel like,
They go to the
niggas
wrong
might be
people.
little boy in them or something. If I listen to him and I change my way, this nigga just son me type shit. Like, I don't know.
But is that really the case if we doing what you want? Like, if you getting the result you want, is that really the case? Can you really be
I
little
didn't come
boy?
up with it on my own. Another man gave, like you said, it's an ego now. You gotta think about with the ego. That shit just don't stop at one thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's ego. It just want more and more and more. So every situation is fueled by that shit. If it's gonna be an ego situation, I feel like, you know, everything you doing is for the ego. You know what I'm saying? It's feeding the ego in some way in the front. You know what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, I mean, it might still be an ego. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. Like, if you got to have an ego behind closed doors as well, like, who are you really? Like, what is this? What's going on? Like, you know
Who
what I'm
are
saying?
you? Yeah.
Yeah, like, what are you doing at this point that, you know, okay, you got an ego and you got an image to uphold, and okay, all right, that's crazy, but I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, why are you still doing this to cause those same results? And a person can be like, you know, I don't know, man.
Like,
Maybe
why
they
you being why you being tough in church for?
right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know how to.
Because that pastor used to be a drug dealer and a pimp. That's why I'm being tough in church. I know what that nigga really about.
So, but to
Can't even take
see,
that nigga serious.
that's what people do right there, CJ. When
How
they
can I
can't
take
talk
how can
about
I
you now,
take
they
this
talk about
person
that shit that you
serious
used
when
to
I know who they really are?
talk
Think
about.
about
That
that.
ain't who you really are. That's just a version of you at that point. That's not you now. That's present. Your present you can be a different you every present.
Nah. Once a drug dealer and a pimp, always a drug dealer and a pimp. I don't care if his new job title.
You don't believe
Just
that.
you look.
That's
When you went to
crazy.
You don't
McDonald's,
believe that.
you used
You
to
don't
work
believe
at the
that.
register. You used to flip
That's crazy.
burgers. But at the end of the day, I
You
don't
don't
know you
believe
as a
that.
nigga that worked at the register. You still work at
CJ,
McDonald's, nigga. Just
then,
because you
then,
now
then,
work
That's
at it as a
crazy.
pastor, don't
don't
mean
we
you ain't
know?
a pimp no
No, I
more.
can't.
Don't mean you ain't a
Damn,
drug dealer no
hey, what's
more.
the statute of limitation on drug dealing? Cause I gotta add, like, is it, you know what I'm saying? Cause I need to
That's
ask some
crazy.
questions, boy.
Well, you know, we not even
What are we
don't even
talking
do it
about
with
right now?
CJ, man. Don't do that shit with him, man. He don't believe
Okay,
that
all
shit,
right, all
man.
right, all right, all right.
Allegedly.
Hey,
He don't believe
what's the
that shit,
statute
He
of
said
man.
statute
limitations,
of
man?
limitations on a drug dealer.
He don't believe that shit, Wardy, man. Don't
Okay,
let that
all
man
right. Keep
troll.
fucking
He
with me.
trying to bring that troll shit up here, man. We ain't
Okay,
going
he
for that
trying to
shit.
fuck with me.
No, man.
And I was about to say, what the bum rise Clyde am I doing?
Nah, but for real though, like there's certain people, man, they carry titles that you can't take them shits off of.
I think that's a problem in our community, man. I think you know what? I think that's a bad problem too because like it seemed like people do that though. I said that in joking, but then it seemed like people do that. Like if just say I'm in a bad situation, right? Like if you from where I'm from, I used to ride that Depot bike, that beach cruising and shit. Like you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So a nigga be like, just imagine now a nigga bringing up, oh shit, I know who Wardy really is. That nigga used to ride the Depot bike. Nigga, what? Like you know what I'm saying? Like not saying you, but I'm just saying like,
Right.
boy, what? Like, you know what I'm
Yo.
saying? Like, I advanced, nigga. Like, I'm really elevated past that shit. Way, way, way past that shit. You feel me? So, yeah, that was me. That's a version of me, but come on now.
Do you think that this is why people have this dire need to be right for so long? Because if they have to accept that you changed, that it forces them to look in the mirror their damn selves.
Hell yeah. That's what I was about to get to. They say, look at Wardy. I remember when, oh, he might be doing this and this now, but I remember when he was doing that. Like, you can't fool me. Not saying you, CJ. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, you can't fool me. He did this and that. Nah. But like you say, it's only so you won't have to make that evaluation of self. You using me
Mm-hmm.
as your, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
above me at this point when I was like that, so you want to keep me there. That's why them other girls that we talked about, them friends that be around that try to keep all the other friends down. That's why it's for. Because if you get a man, now I got to be looking to get a man. Now I got to be held to a different standard because I can't be talking about this. Because now you gonna be like, no, niggas ain't shit now. This nigga good to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, hold on, what the hell you talking about, girl? We was all niggas ain't shit girls. And what you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So that's why they try to keep you down at that level, man. Women, be careful of them type of women. I'm trying to tell you now. They gonna keep you down. And because they want you to be in the same box they in. And if you know, and you might be a good woman. You might not, you might be one of the women we talking about that's saying, yeah, niggas ain't shit, but you might be like, yo, I really want me a good man though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All these niggas we all ain't shit. I'm trying to tell you, we all ain't shit. We all might have not been shit at one point in time. But
Right.
now we understand and we not shit. We not shit no more. You feel me?
We not shit. I like it. I
So
like
that
it.
mean we still shit.
Kinda, but not really. You're back to being the optimist because you have injected facts into your overall disposition. So you're no longer delusional.
Good.
Yeah. Jalen, what's up?
What's up?
How are you doing this evening?
Hold on.
I'm
I thought that
good.
Because
was
you know her
big.
name
I,
wasn't there. Because you got
yeah,
this banner in the way.
I thought it was
I'm
big.
so over trying to figure out who the fuck this is. She got goddamn Dave Chappelle in the picture.
I'll be
I'm
right
over
back.
here like, oh, we got a new nigga. All right, cool. And then you said Jalen, nigga, what the fuck is Dave Chappelle doing in the picture?
So the pump fake is real. The
Oh,
pump
that's
fake is
funny.
real.
Yeah, I'm just making a crack sandwich, you know.
Not
See,
a
see,
crack sandwich.
men do shit for a lot of different reasons. Like y'all see how Strata try to eat the banana because he on TV. You know what I'm
Fucking
saying?
right.
Like,
Nigga, I'm not sitting there. Nigga gonna break this motherfucker off like a grape. Fuck you talking about?
I eat that shit like that too, even when I'm by myself.
Oh
So it's that
God,
ego.
nigga.
Who am I? Who am I, Woody? Like,
They fuck with y'all night, bro. Ain't no way in the hell, bro. Nope. Try again, niggas. Hey, Jayla, I got a question for you. Do you think that in today's world, black people want to be right more than they want results?
Do I think people want results? Sorry, you kind of cut out for me.
Yeah, so in today's world, do you think more black people want to be right or do they want the results?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Ain't nobody want results.
Oh, you think they want to be right? What makes you say that?
Yeah, they want to be right. I'm biased as hell. All right, I'm biased.
No, you good.
Y'all know where I be at.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know where I be at.
Oh, that's fun. Why do you think so? Like, is it based on what you're hearing from people? Do you think they'll ever get to a point where they want results, or you think these niggas are stuck just being like, "See, I told y'all."
Different.
What you think?
They just gonna be stuck until they realize, oh shit, I'm too old. I gotta settle for what I got in front of me. Fuck.
Shit, that's all you can settle for.
That's right. You have a choice.
Right. What's in front of you?
Oh, that brings me to a good question. And we're gonna do this round robin style with Woody. So, Woody, can you be right and delusional at the same time?
Yeah. We already proved that. I mean, I'm saying like people will be right to the point of delusion. Like, you know what I'm saying? To create like the old man just driving the damn car and he was like, yo, I don't care if they fault. I mean, they problem to get over and all that. That's very delusional because you about to get in an accident trying to be right. Feel me?
Bino, same question. Can you be right and delusional?
So
Can you
these
be right?
fucking profile changes, man.
Can you be right and delude? Yeah, I'm more like, I'm trying to see if I can process it any different than what Wardy said, but I really can't right now. So I ain't gonna hold the line up right now. I see exactly what Wardy's saying.
Yeah. CJ, you think it's possibly right and delusional at the same time? Right and being in quotation marks.
I can't give you a scenario or nothing, but something deep down in my soul says no.
Okay.
I don't know why. I can't give you the why right now. But just like that other time we had that one argument, I forgot what it was, where I said I can't explain it.
Love and fear.
But nothing in me is saying yes to this. It's literally saying no.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Let's go to PJ's comment. This is perfect. It's like I'm right when I'm right. When I'm wrong, I could have been right, but I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
Because I could have been wrong. Yup. The classic right and delusion. Hey, PJ, that's perfect, PJ. Perfecto. That's perfecto. I forgot who said that, PJ. What movie was that? I forget. That was funny. That was a good movie though.
That shit's funny. Jayla, what you think? Can you be right and delusional as hell?
Yes.
Okay.
I think people be having delusional ass solutions in their brain for their personal life, but be giving out the right point of action to everybody else, but they stay delusional with what they got.
Damn.
You know how people be like giving out the right answers to shit, but yet they still delusional about their love life.
Shit.
Like I know the right point of action is to settle, but I ain't settled yet because I'm still waiting for the perfect person.
Oh, I see what that was a completely different perspective. I see what you're saying now. To where
I know, see, get it. This is why I'm in whiteface, because I know the niggas not gonna understand what I'm about to be saying for the duration of this podcast.
No,
usually tracking. I be understanding Jalen, man. I don't know what the fuck this white face crackhead Jalen that we got tonight. I don't know. Hell, fuck no.
I'm actually tracking.
I'm just trying to sound as profound as everybody else that got a podcast. I just
Don't do
don't
that
have one of my
because
own.
I don't know if you noticed by now. We ain't them.
Mm.
We gonna talk like we talk. Fuck out of here, dog.
I'm trying to be like them.
Man, you doing the wrong thing. See, now you being delusional already. You
I
trying
can
to
be
be like them.
delusional. Thank you.
Fuck that shit.
So you saying that they give the right advice, although their life doesn't reflect the advice that they're giving,
Basically.
and
So
that's
they're
what makes them
delusional.
right and delusional.
Yes.
Holy shit! I didn't even consider that. Because
Like, have y'all ever been to therapy?
Hell
And
yeah.
your therapist,
That's
are
a
you
part of
married?
that. That's a part of our processing when you do combat deployments. They make
Yeah,
you.
are you married? Oh no, I'm not married.
They
You
must
ever
skip
you ever
me.
had like a horrible abusive breakup? Oh no, I haven't. Well then how you going what the how you know what the right point of action is?
Oh shit! Okay.
You ain't never been through it, but you telling me how to get
I
through it.
studied it, but I studied it.
You know? So that's why I say you could be right and delusional. But I
Damn,
probably
hey,
process this
look,
differently. I apologize.
nah, that's crazy though because like is that a good feel for people that don't have real life experience and things in general? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that even a good feel for those type of people that's only have book experience? Like you dealing with people, real life, and right, you know what I'm saying? Like real things are happening that probably don't even be in books. Like how it's happening in real time, it ain't gonna be in the books like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you said, like how can you that so I
That
guess
is tough.
picking a therapist, you got to damn analyze them before you let them analyze you and shit.
No,
The
that was
fuck?
just an example of like a
Nah, that's
therapist,
real
but
though.
like that's essentially what I mean.
That is real
Okay.
though.
And I'm gonna tell you how how her perspective was different from what we was walking down, because before she came up here, our whole premise was people were right in quotations, but they were really just confirming their negative biasness. She took it the other way, to where you're saying the quote unquote right thing, but you ain't living it. What we saying is people will say niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, niggas ain't shit. Told y'all they won't shit. Dudes, man, these hoes suck, all these hoes suck, all these hoes suck. Told you these hoes suck. She's saying she's attacking the question from the opposite side of that, from the righteous side, to where you're telling me all the right things, but you're delusional because you can't even get the things you're telling me to get.
A more attainable example, the one that we all been through in the Discord, right? When we were talking about like these male hoes saying it's the right thing to stay virtuous and not promiscuous, right? But yet, Nick, you were a hoe. How can you tell me that's the right point of action when you did it the opposite way?
Because I've been down that path and I see that the results I got was not good. So
But
I'm
if you
telling you,
were to
stay
do it
away.
all over again, most men wouldn't be, oh, of course I'd stay a virgin. So you're delusional. Why are you telling me to do?
Yeah, she not. Would you think she's saying she ain't say? She's saying like a motherfucker will motivate a motherfucker to be a hoe. Knowing they would, if they could take it back, they wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like that. This is dope. They're getting somewhere.
CJ still don't get it. I get it. This is why I'm saying in whiteface.
CJ, what's confusing you, or what's throwing you based off Jalen's logic?
It's just, yeah, it ain't. Because to me, this is like a fucking oxymoron or something. Like, it's like the question says, can you be right and wrong? Like, that's all I got. When it's that if you replace delusion with just wrong. Shit just ain't hit me. Y'all got it. Y'all,
I think
Yeah, I see what Jalen's saying, right?
talking
Because
about it.
because I see what Jalen's saying. That's perspective. I can see her perspective because what I say is right can be suggested based on what you deem is right, right? So what she's saying is, if you deem that is right and you saying this, but you're doing the opposite, then you're wrong. You're delusional. Go back to what CJ saying. If you replace delusional with wrong, you know what I'm saying? If you replace it with that, so I see that. You know, that point too, because that does, because like right is only like I might say, hey, motherfucker, I will smoke your ass. I can say that's right. All y'all can say is wrong. So it's wrong to y'all, right to me. You feel what I'm saying? But so being right is subjective. It ain't, being righteous is like, we walked that down already. Being righteous is different than being right.
But that ain't a right. Well, I thought we went over this. That ain't right or wrong though. That's an
No, no,
opinion.
yeah, no. It
If
is
you
right.
would
It
shoot
is.
me or not is not a opinion. That's you can shoot me, yes or no. Can you shoot me, yes or no? Yes.
Right, that's what I'm
So
saying. So being right could be subjective. You could be, you know what I'm saying. So that being right can change for anybody.
how?
But because it's subjective, being righteous is not, is different from being right. So, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is the point I'm trying to make is this though: if you say this is right and you're not doing what you say is right, you feel what I'm saying? Then you're delusional. Even if I don't think what you're doing is right, if you say that's right and you don't stand on that, then you're delusional. You feel what I'm saying?
Basically. I'm not trying to shoot down wisdom or knowledge. It's just it don't make sense when you were a literal whore to tell somebody who's taking the righteous path to stay on that path when you ain't choose that path. You ain't choose the right path. And yet you're telling me it's right. You were a whore. So why ain't you choose the right path then if it's so great?
So you don't think a crackhead could tell you like stay off crack?
I had a crackhead tell me that.
I'm saying, boy, this ain't the path you want,
I,
boy.
I, hey
Suck
man,
dick for
if you
cheeseburgers.
stayed in Kelford back in the early 2000s, you knew who Crazy Kent was. That was a crackhead. But that crackhead used to go up to that damn Kelford Park when all the boys was playing football and shit, and would tell you don't smoke cigarettes, don't do crack, and make sure you eat your fruit. It ain't gonna make you fruity. I swear to God, he used to say them same fucking lines all the damn time. But this is a crackhead. He knew he would, but he would tell us not to do the things that he was doing. He didn't eat fruit, but he told us to eat your fruit. It ain't gonna make you fruity.
They've been
Everything
down
he
the
wasn't
path. That's
doing,
like not listening to
he
your
told us
parents
to do,
though.
and
Like you
everything he
don't
was doing that was wrong, he told us not to do.
right. That's like your parents. You don't know what your parents been through before. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never know the struggles of something. And then they tell you don't do this or do this or do this way. That may be because they went down the wrong path and they telling you not to go down the wrong path. Or they telling you like, you know what I'm saying? So you never, you know what I'm saying? You never
Yeah, the
know
only thing I
where the
disagree with
wisdom
you on
coming
that one
from.
is I think if you did do something and you came through that and it taught you something that you made you realize that it wasn't right, is when you could tell somebody don't do it.
Right.
But if you're doing it in the moment, you know what I'm saying? Like if you
Yeah,
deemed
that's
it
what.
as if you're doing it in
But
the moment, then you deem
but
it as
you
all
Bino,
good and
know
fun.
these, Bino,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
the
yeah,
niggas that was saying they would still fucking hoeing like that. That's what I
yeah, yeah,
mean. Like,
yeah, yeah.
how
That's
you
what I'm
gonna
saying.
tell
I got
somebody
you. I
that
Yeah,
got
it's
you.
right to do to be
yeah.
like
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was about that's where I was about to go on your point at. You know what I'm saying? So the was part might throw us off, but I think it's more so people that still actively doing what they telling somebody else don't do.
Man,
yeah,
I'm
like I'm
trying to
not
tell
gonna
you,
listen to a
man.
crackhead. You still doing crack? What the,
You ain't gonna listen to
it ain't
them
that
not to do crack?
Shit,
bad.
I'm
Shit,
willing.
me.
I'm the type of guy that if a person hasn't experienced some shit, but they doing a lot of talking about the things they haven't experienced, I don't listen to them. I don't care to hear what they got to say because you're speaking so heavy on something that you have never experienced. You know nothing about. Your only experience is something you saw on TV, social media. You ain't really been through. So their words fall on deaf ears a lot for me. But somebody that's been through certain things and went through shit, whether they still going through it or they overcame it, I'm more likely to listen to that person because one, they've been there. They've got the scars for it. So when I hear what they got to
Right.
say, I also want to hear how'd you get in it? What did you do while you was in it? How did you get out of it? How'd you overcome it? Oh, you haven't overcome it. So what are you currently doing to get through that? Like those type of things I want to hear. So it's like I like to hear people with experience, not people without. So if a crackhead that's still doing crack tells me don't do crack because he's and while his process of doing crack, he's done this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. He's telling us the kids, but not once had he asked us for money. Now once he tried to take something from us. So it was like a crackhead. It was just basically just, hey, I know I'm fucked up. I know what I am. Don't be me.
Right.
Now I'm about to
This
go do
is
some
what
crack.
crack
Like
is.
at the end of the day, he's already dug his grave.
He is
But at
the
least he's
example
telling
of
little
why not to
niggas,
do
hey,
it.
don't do that. You feel me? So
I yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather hear the person with
Right.
experience to tell me to
Regardless
not
of
do what
what
they
he
doing. So
telling
if a
you, you
nigga
can look at his life.
that's labeled himself as a whole, he done fucked a bunch of people and whatever the case is, but he's telling you, hey man, I know, yeah, I used to do this shit, but don't be me, man. Because at the end of the day, I ain't what I got out of that. Oh, I just experienced sex. I ain't getting nothing out of that. Or I got multiple kids and baby mamas. Or I done caught some shit. Like he's basically telling you, like he went through there, and this is the results he got out of it. Don't do it. I
Right.
would rather listen to the person with the experience than the people without. And it's way more motherfuckers without experience that's doing all the goddamn talking.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
to your point, I think I can go with that to a point to where it's like this for me. I could go that to an extent where it's like, especially on the social side of things, you know what I'm saying? Especially on the social side of things, I can go with that for sure. But at the same time, I won't necessarily cut off the person who necessarily didn't firsthand experience it, because they might can show me in third person. You feel what I'm saying? Of why they telling me don't do it, right? Like don't do this because look how that shit look over there. Right? They might not never did it, but they can show me why they telling me don't do it. Because look that way. That's why. You feel what I'm saying? Because like a teacher teach you about suns and moons and the star ain't never been to space. You feel what I'm saying? But they had the knowledge on it. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying to a certain extent, but so what I'm basically saying, I agree with you. And if you haven't experienced it, at least have factual knowledge, not your own projection, not your own opinion, but factual knowledge of why you're telling me if you haven't experienced it yourself. You feel what I'm saying? At least, and then I at least give you one ear. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, we about to turn up. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. This is one of them questions. Uh, we gonna see what's up. Let's start with CJ at work. I wake up to Wardy. CJ, is the excuse for bad results greater than the need for a solution? Is the excuse for having bad results greater than the need for a solution? Go.
Do you mean like is it being done more? Like is people giving more excuses than solutions? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, is the excuse for having their bad results greater in people than their need to want to find a solution?
Hell yeah, people make excuses for all they bad behaviors and they blame it on everybody else in the fucking world. Instead of just this is what happened, this is what I went through, or in trying to find like a solution for some shit. It's way more motherfuckers that's just they'll do something wrong or they made a decision and the results came out horrible. But then instead of trying to find a better way to get positive results, they'd rather blame everybody around them for why the bad results even happened. They ain't trying to take a step back and reassess the situation and see how they can get a better outcome. They're more likely to just simply point and fingers at everybody or blame everybody or be like, see, it's because of this. See, it's because of that. That's why I can't get this. That's why that happened. Blah, 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 blah. Instead of just shut the fuck up and just actually pay attention to this is what happened. All right, what can I do to get what I'm trying to get to? The solution the positivity I'm trying to get, the outcome I really want. A lot of motherfuckers ain't doing that part. So yeah, the excuses for bad results is always more likely to happen with people than them just taking time to actually get a real solution out of shit.
Jalen, do you agree with that premise?
Yes, sir.
Why do you
She
think
better say yes.
Why
If
she
she had
said
said
yes,
no,
sir?
when I saw her in fucking Atlanta, I was
Why
gonna
she
thumb
say-
wrestle her ass and break her shit.
Why
I
she
was
say
waiting.
yes sir like that? Jalen, what's up, Jalen?
And this is why I don't mess with thug adjacent men. He just scared me.
But she, you know, I ain't even about to go there, bro.
Hey, but Jalen, why do you think people are like that? Why do you think their excuse for they fucked up results outweigh the one solution? Why is that?
Because people need to feel like their bad results are justified.
Tell me
Like
more.
it's not just 100% their fault. Like there were outside factors or the women ain't shit. That's why I ended up with a baby mama. Nah, nigga, you ended up with a baby mama because that's how sex goes. Did you not know? Did you not know before you lay down that you could end up with a baby mama? Like, let's not play that. Yeah, they want to find some type of justification as to why their life is so shitty and other people's aren't. Like apparently people were just born with more like better opportunities in you when no, you just made some shitty decisions.
Damn. Whiteface Jalen is. I like Whiteface Jalen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody appreciates it.
I
I
like
don't.
Whiteface
Not at
Jalen.
all. I'm confused with that shit.
Hey
Oh,
man, I realized, bro, like, I realized people lied to me a lot in my life, right?
mhm.
People call me mean and people call me a lot of different places, but I learned I'm one of the nicest people. Y'all are some cold-blooded motherfuckers, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that have called me mean and called me to meet motherfuckers like y'all, boy. I swear to God, nigga. So listen, check this out.
That's
So
crazy work.
so I don't know, man. I don't know why I like to give grace so much these days. I guess it's a couple gray hairs coming in my face and shit. But I feel like it's easy for in this particular topic when we talk about when this relationship shit it's a social thing, right? And I
Mhm.
feel like it's easier for people to use having an excuse for bad results than going for a solution in this relationship shit because there's so much other things in life that take shit out of you. Honestly, Americans are one of the most laziest motherfucking humans in this world. You feel what I'm saying? So by the time they don't handle cost of living, by the time they don't handle motherfucking maybe taking care of kids if they have them, by the time they just handle dealing with politics and their own mental fucking sanity without dealing with another person, they rather not put the work in that have to deal with finding a solution to be in a good relationship. So it's almost like the bad results, right? It's just what I'm saying. I'm gonna just bitch about this because I gotta handle so much other shit. I just rather bitch about this. You know what I'm saying? And that's the small grace I give people as to why maybe the excuse for bad results is greater than the solution.
Okay.
That's the
What is
small grace I'll give of maybe why. You know what I'm
okay?
saying?
There's things outside of them and fatigue from life fucking them up.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Wait.
Uh
See,
oh. Tell me
see
why,
what I'm saying?
Jalen.
Bullshit. And you got to understand, Jalen, like, I'm really speaking from, like, an older mindset. I'm not speaking for people that's 25 and less because I agree with everything that everybody else say for 25 less. Like, what the fuck is you bitching for? I'm always say that when it comes to that. But, like, at least for the older people that got, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I would say
Maybe
10% of your life is not controlled by you.
Mm.
The rest of
10%
it
of your
is
life is
up
not
to
controlled
you.
by you. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just speaking on people like coming up with the excuse for bad results as to why they're not in the relationship, right? So but yeah, I agree with you, but I'm just gonna give some people some grace. Some just maybe it's some out there. You know, maybe it's some.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know we don't
Interesting.
do some, but it's a minority. I say minority. I just spoke on the minority. I just spoke on
Cam
the
gave
minority.
y'all PTSD.
Yeah, I just spoke on the
Just
minority.
saying.
Majority probably, yeah, for sure. I agree with y'all, the majority. I'm just trying to be the nice guy, man, because I'm around a whole bunch of cold blooded motherfuckers, man. Like, you know what I'm
That's crazy work to be called such a thing by Bino.
saying?
Damn. Now let's hope that brother Wody comes in with some poetic justice after that chaotic shit we just heard.
Nah,
What
for
what
real
you
though.
think?
Nah, for real. I think with the influx of social media, then that has boosted the need for ego. So the being right has become public business now. So if I'm
Mm.
not right now, it's like your ego is like shot by however many people that can, what I'm saying, reach out and see your page. So now it's like everybody in your business when you put it out there, or like your relationships, how y'all doing. Some people do that. So I think it's like, what I'm saying, like that right there has really, increased the need for people to be right, in my opinion, and not look for the results, just to be
So,
right
but
because
saying the Wardy, but
social
is the
media.
excuse for bad results greater than the need for a
Yes,
solution?
because of social media and the ego.
Damn.
Listen at
Oh,
it. Look at every. I mean, just look at it, bro.
now y'all
Social
right,
media.
man. I just man. See, I guess my optimism for people is turning into delusion, huh? Cause I ain't got no
it's
facts
not
to
though.
stand on,
Somebody
huh?
out there can fit that your archetype for that optimism though. It ain't gonna be a lot of people though. That's what
Oh
I have come to realize.
damn,
Keep the
bro.
optimism, but realize that it's not gonna fit everybody.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Cause the verbiage we using now, I can see why people turn into pessimistics. If
Why?
we say, yeah, this is what people do, that's what they do, woo 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 wah wah, you feel what I'm saying? Then it's like for the ones that are optimistic or realistic, then they gonna be like, fuck it then. You feel what I'm saying? If that's what everybody on, that's what everybody on.
Now I think you're gonna have people like PJ that we spoke about from the beginning that's just gonna keep his natural, you know what I'm saying,
Disposition.
like good hearted, good
Yeah,
kind way regardless. Like I don't know
think
the man,
so.
I ain't never heard of him, but how y'all spoke about him, I feel like that's just his natural character, and whether people are on bullshit or not, he like, well, that's them. And I'm gonna just be like this. You know what I'm saying?
PJ, for all we know though, I know CJ said what he said. I think PJ is a great guy too. Jalen might know him a little more, but for all we know, PJ might be knocking these hoes off left and right.
Make sure y'all
I
like,
don't even
comment,
want to. I don't even
subscribe.
want to put that on him because
Also, I ain't
every
put
other
that on that.
time we
I ain't
heard
put that on that
Shouts
somebody,
out to
PJ.
PJ. Nah, shouts out to
yeah,
I don't
PJ.
think.
I don't even want to put that on him because like it's
So
it's
y'all think
live
I'm
that I've
knocking
been
hoes off
on,
left and right though?
huh?
No.
Bully Bino,
No, no, no. You ain't know me though. If you ain't know me, you would.
What?
Bully Bino.
If you ain't know me, you would. What I'm saying is, what people say up here, boy, I don't trust shit. I think PJ's a good guy, really good vibe for PJ particularly. But a lot of motherfuckers might say with that PJ shit be saying, be living a whole different way back to Jalen Point.
It always comes back to me. I appreciate it.
It's the white face.
That statement that Wody said, because I saw earlier Mr. Williams. I don't know if he's still in here up here, but I know earlier he had said something about yes in YouTube, and I didn't fully get what he meant until Wody said, yeah, it would on this media stuff, because in reality, people just want to do the whole complaining and pointing the fingers, and it works. It literally gets it ate up by YouTube. So in terms of YouTube, like Mr. Williams said, yeah, it is greater.
And
But
then when they
if
log off, their life is shitty. No improvement.
boom,
Yep. Because they focusing on
see
the
what I
bad
say
shit.
earlier, I said these motherfuckers, them girls will be over here talking all this crazy anti-man, all this other stuff, but then behind the scenes they got a whole nigga. That's crazy work. So
That's
I mean, I
crazy
get
work.
it for the sake of for the media and to keep up with that image or whatever persona you done created for yourself in the media. I guess it would make sense.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So my question, Venus, we were walking now. Um, the last one was: is the excuse for bad results greater than the need for a solution? Like, are people more hung up on giving you an excuse as to why they ain't got the shit they want versus the desire to actually come to a solution? And this is probably the most pessimistic question I've ever fucking asked on this podcast, and I apologize now, but it's so necessary from where we at in this conversation. I don't think I've ever even framed a question this pessimistic, but it's an honest question. We got to ask it based on this
Made
topic.
sense of why I didn't want to answer it. That's made sense of why I wanted to answer it different. I sensed the question had some
Oh, I
had
ain't talking
you
about
know
that
what
one. I'm
I'm
talking
saying?
about this one I'm about to ask y'all.
Oh shit.
Oh
This
shit.
one is probably
He's
the
so
most
because he's so extra.
pessimistic
You
shit.
forgot
This
who
nigga,
the host was.
why
He's
we
just
champion
extra as
these?
fuck.
Yeah, I want to see they still these motherfucking pessimistic motherfuckers still get champion. They still get talked about. Silence these motherfuckers.
Scrutiny.
All right,
Scrutiny, I
hold
tell
on.
you.
Before I put up the question, which way y'all want to go? What do you want to go first, or CJ want to go first?
I went first on the curveball.
I'll go
Somebody got to
first.
get the
Whatever it is, I'll
fastball.
go first.
All
Hate
right,
me later.
here we go. Is it pointless to offer solutions to right people? Is it pointless to offer
Answer, let me get
solutions
that one.
to right people?
Is it pointless to offer solutions to right people? Mm.
Mm.
Man, you got the quotes on the word right.
Shit,
Right
I ain't even
people.
see. I ain't even see Venus down there. My bad, love. Venus, what's up? My bad, CJ.
Venus.
Hi, people. Is it
How
too
you
late?
doing this
I
evening?
came to answer your last question. I thought it was
All right, we'll
answered.
go back to the last question. That way
All
I
right, we'll
got
go
time
to
to
the
think about
last one.
this one.
CJ got to think about this one. Yeah. So Venus, what's up? Based on that last question, do you think that people? I want to ask it to you correctly. Is the excuse for bad results greater than the need for a solution?
Yes. Oh, yes. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, because it's easy.
In what way?
It's much easier to tell you why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do than it is for me to actually get up and consistently do it. It's just easy. So people like what's easy. So it's like it's easier for me to make excuses about why I didn't do my homework instead of doing my homework, right?
Right.
People just
Okay.
like to do what's easy. And sometimes it's a protection thing in a weird way, I think. Like in order for some of us to really fix our shit, like really fix ourselves, you have to face some very ugly truths about yourself.
Mm.
And it's a painful process. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. So they kind of protect themselves by like doing everything but dealing with the reality of the situation.
So, do you think that the need to be right is a defense mechanism?
Sometimes I think that's just pure ignorance. I think people really be thinking they right when they dead wrong, but they truly believe they are. They're just ignorant. They just don't know. Just a lot of ego.
Mm. We brought up a quote that God said that the need to be right is a poor man's protection of his ego. Do you think that rings true?
Wait, who said that? Because I didn't even know that. Who said that?
It was a random quote from a video we watched earlier, and the guy said that the need to be right is the poor man's way to protect his ego.
The poor man's way. I could see that because mentality is one of the main things linked to success.
Uh-huh.
So think about it. If a person, I could see why they would link it to a poor man, right? If you think you're always right, then there's no room to grow and evolve because you're always right. Nobody can tell you nothing. So the
Mm,
successful man would be the man who's open-minded, willing to learn because he's constantly trying to evolve. So it makes sense to me.
okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Y'all ready for my bullshit ass toxic question? Like, that's probably the most pessimistic question I've ever
You
asked
two
y'all.
say it's an insecurity.
Yeah. I think it is an insecurity to have that need to be right. I'm gonna see if I can. There
Did
was a. There
CJ
was
did CJ figured it out? CJ, you got one? You got it yet? Or you good?
I mean, put the question on the screen. Hold on.
I said, "Fuck it, let's do it." We're
What
gonna
was it?
start with
Is it
CJ
pointless to
first.
offer solutions to
Then we're
right
gonna go to
people? I
Jalen,
think
Venus,
yes,
Big Dog,
because
and Kimo.
it's like talking to a fucking brick wall. Like you can't convince them nothing else. Once if in their mind they right or they got it all figured out, they don't need to try to get no solutions. Because I'm gonna get irritated and want to just fight your ass. So it's just like fuck it, you got it, you got it. You wasting your energy at some point. You know, we done had enough arguments with people on these lives, in the panels, discords, where you're trying to. This person came for advice, wanted help, and then when you try to give him solutions to what he's asking, then they hit you with the, but no, but this, no, but this. All right, well then you got to do this, but no, but come on, but then what about? All right, well then you got to do this, but no, but then that. You got to play it. Like ain't nobody gonna keep doing that. Because at the end of the day, everything I'm giving you, you ain't trying to actually use it in real life. And I know you're not because of the very things that you're responding to after I give you a idea or a solution that might help you. The responses that you're giving me let me know that you ain't even tried it and you don't plan on it. You just want to complain. So if you're here to just bitch and complain, then yes, we can get your reclining chair and treat it like therapy and let you bitch. But if you actually want solutions, shut the fuck up and listen. But no, they don't want that. So no, it's pointless. It's pointless for those type of people. The ones that actually want help, you know what they do? They shut the fuck up and they actually take time to listen to what they got to say. What she say? I hate her. Anyway, she get on my nerves. But it's true though. Like if they come in asking for help, asking for advice, or just they doing their little complaint, and then you try to give them solutions, ideas for whatever they're doing. If they actually shut up and listen, those people you want to interact with. But a lot of them, they not like that. They just hit you with another thing and another thing. And at the end of the day, you realize they not trying to get it. They just hear the bitch and complain. They think they right. They think that you're wrong, but they came to you for help and advice. Make it make sense. So nah, yeah, it's fucking pointless to help them type of people out. Let them fucking burn.
Damn. We're gonna go
Can
Jalen,
I?
Venus,
Let me
Dino,
go.
and
Can I
Woody.
go ahead? Yeah, I want to go ahead and go. I gotta. I'm really gonna get off this time. 'Cause I really gotta get in my. I gotta study my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and answer. I'm gonna go ahead and drop down, bro.
Yeah,
Um.
you gotta get your results. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say. I don't really necessarily think it's pointless. I don't think you need to beat a dead horse or nothing. But I don't think it's pointless to offer it at first. You know what I'm saying? I tell mine to like listen and remember. If you don't understand, as long as you listen and remember. If you don't understand now, you'll understand later. So I don't necessarily think it's pointless, but definitely don't waste your time. Keep beating a deaf person. You know what I'm saying? A dead horse. You know what I'm saying? So you offer it the first couple times, and you know what I'm saying? And then like CJ saying, like I don't even care about your response. Like if you're gonna respond that way, don't just come back again with the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I already told you, you should have listened and remembered. You ain't understand what I was saying. You should have understood. You know what I'm saying? You should have just listened and remember. You would have maybe understood later and applied it, and it would have worked out for you. So I don't necessarily think it's pointless, but damn sure ain't gonna stress myself trying to convince you of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I got.
Like it, I like it.
I'm gonna go ahead, man. I'm gonna check back in, man. You know, I got these nav sets and these all these. I got another one I got to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop back down so I can at least an hour in that shit in. You know what I'm saying? But fuck with y'all, man. See y'all next time. Shit.
That'd be
Hey, don't
dope,
fuck
bro.
up.
All right, all right.
Jalen, is it pointless to offer solutions to right people?
Yes. Next question.
Damn. Why?
This motherfucker, bro.
Because they already think they right.
So do you think that people that come into a conversation with a one track mind that they're already right, do you think like what do you do with people like that? What are you supposed to do with people like that?
You let them crash and burn.
You
Damn,
get it.
white
You
face.
Like
get it.
literally, we have a person that we see on panels that loves to spout statistics, um, and this person thinks he's right all day, every day. So you just let those type of people crash and burn, and or end up in a hypocritical situation that debunks everything that they stated.
Oh, okay.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
Toxic. Toxic Jalen is funny. I like whiteface Jalen. You are funny. Venus, same question. Is it pointless to offer solutions to right people?
I agree with what Bino said. I believe in like planting seeds, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
because I was thinking about my own experience. So, when I was younger, my brother used to tell me a lot of things, and I was hard headed, and I knew everything, right? And I didn't listen. And part of it was I really didn't understand. So later on, as things happened in my life, things he said to me years ago started making sense. So that's why I like what he said about listen to remember. Because even if it doesn't make sense to you now, what I'm saying to you might make sense to you later. So I don't think it's pointless, but I agree with CJ. I'm not gonna keep doing it, especially if you respond that way. Yeah, it's a wrap. Like I'm not wasting my time. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't try. Like if I genuinely know it's danger that way, I'm gonna tell you, Strata. If you don't want to listen, oh well. But I told you, you know. So
Right.
I don't think it's pointless, but I wouldn't spend too much energy on it.
Like it. Woody, what you think? Is it pointless to offer solutions to right people?
I mean, I think is you said is it pointless? I
Point.
don't think it's. I think it's pointless after you know a while. You know, I don't think it's pointless from the beginning.
What makes you draw your line?
If you applying the knowledge or not, if you applying this information that you say you want from me, you asking me for, bro, what can I do about this? What can I do about that? And I'm saying, this maybe we can work. What about do this? And then, hey, one thing you can do is stay off social media about your relationships. And then I see you on social media about your relationships the same day, and I'm like, bro, but then what I'm saying? We maybe, sis, then we speak about this, like, what I'm saying? You saying you want, but such and such. I bet. Line drawn right after that. You know what I'm saying? After I see that it's something that you want to do, this is not something that you really like. You asked, like, do you want to vent or do you want my advice? Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you just want to vent, that's all right. That's cool. But like, I'm not gonna keep, like you say, giving my advice. You know, that's like a slap in the face.
It's a bar. That is a bar. Let's get into one more video for this evening. It's called The Hidden Cost of Always Being Right. We'll start with Wardy and go around the opposite way to get y'all thoughts on this video, The Hidden Cost of Being Right.
Think you have to be right all the time? Let's talk about what that's costing you. The mental rehearsal.
Uh-oh.
Think you have to be right all the time? Let's talk about what that's costing you. The mental rehearsal in the shower, the arguments in your head during your commute, lying awake at night thinking of better comebacks, or maybe you're the opposite, avoiding deep conversations, pretending everything's fine, never bringing up problems. Either way, you're exhausting yourself. And for what? Your worth isn't tied to being right. What if being wrong was actually amazing? Follow me for practical tips on finding freedom.
One more time for the people in the back.
Think you have to be right all the time? Let's talk about what that's costing you. The mental rehearsal in the shower, the arguments in your head during your commute, lying awake at night thinking of better comebacks, or maybe you're the opposite, avoiding deep conversations, pretending everything's fine, never bringing up problems. Either way, you're exhausting yourself. And for what? Your worth isn't tied to being right. What if being wrong was actually amazing? Follow me for practical tips on finding freedom.
All right. Woody, what'd you get from that video?
That last part really stuck out to me because when I'm wrong, I usually get the most aha moments. You know what I'm saying? Like it shows me a lot when I'm, or my perspective is challenged and then I see something a different way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get that. Okay. So, you know, I can understand that part of it. And that's, you know what I'm saying? It's just all about learning and growing, man. If you're not willing to, accept that things can be different than the way that you see it or been taught, then I feel like that's gonna be a problem for you in your, advancement in adulthood if you're not already adult, or if you're adult and trying to become better. Like, it's just, things change, information get put out that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to be fluid with this shit.
I like it. Okay. CJ, what did you think about the video, brother?
I'm pretty much on the same way with Wody. The part that really got me was the that last part, because when I'm right, it's more like I kind of already, sometimes in certain situations, I kind of already pre-create arguments or scenarios in my head, and then when the shit actually goes down, I'm kind of like already quick with responding with certain shit a lot of times. So when I like had that whole setup in my head, but then shit go left, and then it goes left, but then at the same time I was actually wrong. So I'm not even like mad. It's more like a well, oh wow, really? I had this whole other thing in my head, but this is what it was. Okay, all right, bet. You kind of I'm willing to accept like when I'm wrong, as long as like I'm wrong, but there's like I'm getting the proof of it that all right, you're wrong because of blah 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 blah. And it's like, all right, cool, because I ain't trying to be looking wrong and stupid and then continue to be wrong. So it's just like, all right, cool, I get it now. So yeah, that last part is the part that got me.
I like it. Jalen, what'd you think about the video?
I 100% agree with her. I think that, like, which it kind of ties into the question you asked before the video. I think the best lessons that people have learned come from.
Jalen, I don't know what's going on with your mic, but I can barely hear you.
It's like you're borging a little bit.
Oh no.
Still now a little bit.
It's not good.
Yep, you good now.
Okay. I was saying that it kind of ties into the question that you asked before the video. I think the best lessons for people come from when they've made the wrong choice and they're watching it play out. You get the most growth. I've gotten the most growth. I'll put it like that.
From being wrong.
From being wrong.
Okay.
So
that last piece. I got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Venus, what were your thoughts on the video?
Sorry, I didn't hear it. Could you play it one more time?
Yeah, I got you. It was good. Like I said, it was good enough to where I played it twice because I was like, yo, that's actually
Sorry,
potent.
I'm cleaning my.
Think you have to be right all the time? Let's talk about what that's costing you. The mental rehearsal in the shower, the arguments in your head during your commute, lying awake at night thinking of better comebacks, or maybe you're the opposite, avoiding deep conversations, pretending everything's fine, never bringing up problems. Either way, you're exhausting yourself. And for what? Your worth isn't tied to being right. What if being wrong was actually amazing? Follow me for practical tips on finding freedom.
What'd you think that time? You
Sorry,
catch it?
I got a phone call. I don't know. I'm not meant to hear it. Like,
Yeah, no, she was just meant to go off. Baby, go let this little ham sandwich give us this knowledge one more time,
Not
man.
ham
It's all good. All right, all three. 1, 2, 3.
Think you have to be right all the time? Let's talk about what that's costing you. The mental rehearsal in the shower, the arguments in your head during your commute, lying awake at night thinking of better comebacks, or maybe you're the opposite, avoiding deep conversations, pretending everything's fine, never bringing up problems. Either way, you're exhausting yourself. And for what? Your worth isn't tied to being right. What if being wrong was actually amazing? Follow me for practical tips on finding freedom.
All right. You catch it that time?
yes, I have some conflicting thoughts. I'm a person who thinks I'm right a lot because I really am right a lot. I don't practice in the shower. I don't rehearse things. I just know what I know. But the other thing, I agree when she said, "What if being wrong is amazing?" Because if you're right all the time, yeah, you again, you're not learning anything. And I think that's like me personally, that's my biggest fear in life is to stop growing, stop learning, stop evolving. Like one of the things I hate most is when people say, "This is just who I am. That's just how he is." Like that to me is the most self-limiting belief you could have. And you're basically saying I have no more room to grow. Like I just can't stand those words. So yeah, no, I agree with her somewhat.
I think that's kind of what I got from it too. What's weird is like I really try to think about people that I see that like they can't wait to. I told you I was right, and I told you like I'd be like, damn, like is that exhausting to hold your point of view so potent in your mind that the nuances of gray fucks with you so much that you can't wait to jump at the opportunity to point out, told you. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. I told you so, niggas. You feel me?
Yeah, can I tell you why? I do that sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to make it make sense for you.
Mhm.
When you know, it's like I'm telling y'all three right now, the sky is blue, right? And
Mhm.
then the three of you will argue me to death telling me it's red. It be the aggravation of knowing something was a fact and how hard people went against you. That shit
Okay.
does sit with you. And then when you finally see them see it, you like, look at your stupid ass. Look at you.
So that's a celebration for you. That's the petty. But I will say this too, Venus. Earlier in the conversation, we were framing right as in so when you're thinking about right, we mean right in terms of confirmation bias, not right as in it's correct. Does that make sense?
Yes, understood.
Yeah, because I think like we kind of walked down this whole path of right, righteous, optimism from delusion and realistic from pessimism. And another, thing we came to the conclusion of is that what
So
really
you're saying
separates us
like
is facts.
if I believe niggas ain't shit, and then CJ goes with my friend and he
Uh-huh.
been doing all these things good and he do one thing wrong, then I'm like, see, I told you niggas ain't shit like that.
There you go.
Yeah, I understand
There
what
you
you're saying.
go. That's what we talking to. That need to be right. Not what you saying the way it's like, no, I'm actually correct and y'all just are slow to understanding. That's a different feeling than no, you just trying to confirm some shit just so you can yell in somebody's face. Told y'all motherfuckers. I told y'all I was right. That's the part that I think is frustrating in these conversations. It's not the whole being correct and somebody pivoting the way of thinking, right? It's the other part that fucks with me to where you are so hell bent on being right that you're willing to sacrifice it all, even the results, just to proclaim your rightness to other people that don't really give a fuck about you being right in the first place. It's a little annoying.
No, I agree. That's how I understood where you was going when you said that. Like, yeah,
hmm
to
That's been the
confirm your
premise of
own
the show.
beliefs. It's not to confirm a truth. It's to confirm
Right.
your own belief.
There
Yeah.
you
Right.
go. There you go. There you go. That's been damn. I think this was a good show. I think this was a good show. I think that we unpacked where truth lies in this, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. I think that we got to the bottom of the cost of being right, the effects of being right, and vice versa, man. I think it's been solid. So we'll end it with these parting words. Final thoughts. CJ, what you got, brother?
Final thoughts on, man. See, it's how do I want to put this? There's I'm trying to be no asshole, bro. You instead of just trying to simply be right, try to gain understanding of the situation as a whole. Sometimes it's not always about being right or being correct. Sometimes it's better just to gain the whoever you're talking to or dealing with their perspective on the situation, like their point of view on what's going on in this conversation. Because sometimes y'all can come to a actual solution off of that than to you just simply shutting down everything and just simply saying I'm right, you're wrong, conversation over. It's better to really break shit down and come just to gain, like, 'cause at the end of the day you're both working together, right? So if it seems like there's a problem or an issue, instead of just simply saying I'm right, you're wrong, talk that shit out and see if y'all can both get like a better light on things. Because then ultimately maybe you might be right, or maybe it's not about being right or wrong. It's just about, hey, we both need to come together and get this shit right.
All right, I like it. Water, what you got, brother? Final thoughts.
Final thoughts, man. I think that, you know, we really should consider what's important. Like, is being right and feeding your ego more important than getting the results that you really deep down really want? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, I think it was Vinny said, um, I know it's gonna, you know, have to deal with ugly truths, but the results is what you really want. So that's, you know what I'm saying, the main thing and the most important part. If you write and don't get what you want, like, what have you really accomplished for yourself? But more grief, really, and pain, heartache. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's better to just, let a person be right and you can get the results. You know what I'm saying? So
It's a fact. I like it. I think that being right for right now doesn't help you for later. Being right for right now does not help you for later. And a lot of people will sacrifice being right now for the results that might come later with conceding that maybe you're wrong about this. And sometimes wrong is just a matter of a change of perspective. Just how you think about it. If you just shift how you thought about it, that shift can literally put you on the other side of your results. Just being open to the idea that you know, this is a current thought that I'm holding to be true till I'm not. Once something better serves me, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna pick that up to change perspective. So, you know, just something to think about. That's all I got for this evening, man. It's been a great show, man. I appreciate y'all, my pod warriors, for hanging out from start to finish with me. You feel me? Like, we thugging it.
You already know.
I think it was a solid show, man. It went well. Again, we'll see everybody back here Monday at 7 p.m. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the SPS Podcast. We are the Raw Bunch. And we out. Till next time. Peace. Check.